passengers, and welcome to the Midnight Train, where, of course, we bring the dark to light, and where listener discretion, well, it's always advised, just in case. Now, yeah, we do make fun of and joke about creepy things while bringing you as much information on each topic as possible, okay? We are a lighthearted comedy podcast, if you will, and if you're new here, that's what we do. If you're not, you already know that stuff can get pretty dark, and if you're not into that, listen, I know hard feelings. You guys can walk away. You can turn it. You can listen to something else. You can do that if you would like. But we really hope you give us a chance because, we're awesome. I mean, we're just awesome. I mean, seriously. Like, you don't get to be in the top 10 in freaking Taiwan. We're number 1, by the way.
Wait, what?
We were, yeah.
Oh, God, that's amazing.
Yeah, and all these other great, amazing places. And getting freaking listeners from UK sending us amazing messages talking about what a bell end is without being as great as we are. And of course, I'm kidding. Anyway, I am your host, the conductor of the cryptic, Jonathan Sayer, and with me is my I was going to say one and only son, but my oldest son.
Don't let Riley listen to this one.
It is Mr. Logan Sayer.
Yeah.
Hi. And hello to all you out there.
You beautiful sons of bitches.
That's right. I hope you guys are having an amazing day as you're listening to this. I hope everything's all right. And if it's not, I hope we can take you away from that.
Yeah.
Because that's kind of what we're here for.
Yes, we are your escape.
That's right. The great escape. I guess. I don't know. Anyway, so our Patreon this week, if you happen to be a Patreon producer, if you are, if you're supporting the show by, giving your hard-earned money for Patreon, we're actually going to be doing a bonus on us. Well, it kind of goes hand in hand with today's topic.
Yeah.
Today we're going to be talking about the most dangerous gangs in the world.
Yes, sir.
And the Patreon's going to be the dumbest criminals in the world. So it'll be fun. And of course, we get a little, we're allowed to get a little nasty in there, if you know.
A little bit.
A little dirty.
Talking about bellends and stuff.
Yeah, all those bellends. I don't know if it's bellend or bellends.
Bellends.
I'm going to have to ask Ian. Ian, I know you're listening right now, so you have to send me another message and let me know what it is.
Yes.
All right, Ian from the UK.
Yes.
Let me know. All right, so enough of the crap.
Yes.
All right? Nobody wants to hear us meandering on and on.
Wait, they don't?
Well, unless they're pausing right now to go sign up for Patreon.
Oh, exactly.
Right? You should be doing that.
100%. I already did twice.
That's the good stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it is pretty good.
It's the good stuff.
Yeah.
So anyway, we're going to save all the business stuff until the end. So let's just get into it.
Okay.
Let's turn on the lights. Oh, yeah. Adjust our seats. Grab a drink. Glub, glub. And by the way, we are drinking a, Bullet 10-year aged bourbon tonight. And
delicious.
It is quite good. And that just means that by the end of the episode, I'm going to be like, more than I normally do. So anyway, grab yourself a drink out there and let's get creepy. But first, here's a toast to all you beautiful motherfuckers.
Slam shade.
Oh, boy. Hey. What a week it's been already. It's Tuesday as we're recording this right now. And crazy.
This week seems like it's just dragging on.
Crazy, yes. Dragging on.
But not today because we here about to get.
That's right. We in the streets.
Wait, what?
No, we're not. Oh, actually, we're in my basement, to be honest.
Yeah, it's even better.
So some people may be listening and thinking, okay, what is this whole little song thing that we do here? Ever since we started the show, we've always done a drink pop.
Yeah.
It's just kind of a cheers to you guys, and we're raging alcoholics, so it just gives us a chance to kind of crack our beers open.
Yeah.
But no, it's a cheers because you guys are here with us, and we want you to feel like you are here around the table with us.
So cheers.
And it's a hype song. It gets you bouncing.
I mean, definitely does something for me.
And that is And that is, of course, from our buddy Jeff over at Code November. Make sure you guys get over there and check out Code November wherever you listen to music. I actually did a collaboration with him for the Never-Ending Story song, and it turned out pretty cool.
I think it was pretty good.
Yeah, so if you get a chance, get over there and check that out. So listen.
Yeah.
Oh, boy. This is actually This is a listener suggestion, right?
Yeah.
That we just got like
a week ago.
Yeah. And we were like,
I was on that shit.
pause.
Yeah.
Let's do this.
Fuck yeah,
right?
dude.
So thank you to that beautiful listener out there.
Oh, yeah.
And for giving us suggestions. We love suggestions. All right, seriously. We love them, love them, love them, love them. So
Hell yeah.
obviously we can't use all of them because some of them don't really fit the criteria of the show because I have a very, I don't want to say a strict criteria, but it's...
You have a niche.
I have a thing.
Niche. Is it niche? Or is
I
it
got
niche?
a thing. Huh?
Is it niche or niche?
Niche.
Niche.
No.
No?
Niche.
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 Nietzsche. So anyway, thank you for the suggestion on this, and it came from the top police stings,
Yes,
right? That we
yes,
did a couple weeks ago,
Yes.
and now we're going to top it up with the most dangerous mobs and gangs of all time.
Oh yeah.
And I'm scared
You should be.
because I don't want to say the wrong thing and have one of them hear it.
Downside is there's a lot of wrong things on here that we're going to hear.
Oh, that's fun.
We're going to be on
That
that list.
is fun. We probably already are.
I know for sure I actually am,
Yeah,
so
I mean,
it's fine.
Especially we listen. The one thing we are not is political. I don't like being political.
100%.
And even if though we throw some slight things in there every now and then, especially when Jeff was on here with us. Good God. But we try to stay non-political, and just like this, we're relaying information.
Yeah.
So if you happen to be or be affiliated with any of the gangs we're going to be talking about, listen. I've got your back, dude.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm just relaying what the internet says.
Yeah, this is the internet's fault.
Right. Blame the internet.
Yep.
Please don't come to my house and burn it down. That's all I'm asking. Okay. Just this little precursor I wanted to get out there real quick.
Just a little acknowledgement there.
Right. So first of all, we're going to talk about Cosa Nostra.
Yeah.
Right?
Yee.
One of the biggest threats to American civilization from organized crime is the La Cosa Nostra. Oh, man, I'm going to mess that up so much. La Cosa Nostra. Sometimes referred to as the mob or the mafia, which sprang from the Sicilian Mafia. Oh, boy. I really hope my wife's not listening to this. She might be in that.
That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
That makes a lot of sense.
Scary.
A little bit.
And for everyone, we've talked about this before. If I ever come up missing, you know to look to Grace first.
Yeah.
Okay? Everybody out there, you know. That's because... She cray-cray. Anyway, so the term La Cosa Nostra, used by the U.S. government, and Cosa Nostra by its members, literally translates to, quote, this thing of ours.
Yeah.
Or our thing.
Yeah.
Which is not that menacing when you put it into that context.
It's not supposed to be. Because this is our thing.
Yeah, but you hear, I'm part of the La Cosa Nostra. You're like, oh, shit.
Yeah.
But now you hear, if you said, I'm part of this thing of ours. You know what I mean? It kind of it kind of loses things a little bit.
What do you mean when you say it that way?
Right.
Kind of.
You know what? I'm in a gang. Oh yeah? What's that tattoo mean? This thing of ours. I'm kidding. Please don't kill me. So this international organization of criminals made up of many families is committed to combating crime and defending its members. Okay? So they're all about family, La Familia,
Yes.
right?
There's a bunch of Torettos running around.
A bunch of what?
Torettos? Vin Diesels?
I don't know what that is.
Fast and Furious? Nothing stronger than family.
I mean, I get it, but I don't get it.
Oh.
And you're a big fan of those, aren't you?
I love those movies. It was definitely a big pastime of mine.
Yeah.
Same as Bad Boys.
Bad boys, bad boys. What you gonna do? Yeah, that's been in my head all day.
I know.
All right, so anyway, these organized and major racketeering activities are being carried out by these crime families or groups which are connected by kinship or by conspiracy. A wide range of illicit activities, including, murder, extortion,
Oh, really?
drug trafficking,
No.
government corruption,
Figures.
gambling,
Oh, okay.
infiltrating lawful enterprises,
That's a pretty big word.
labor racketeering, loan sharking,
Oh.
prostitution, pornography, tax fraud,
Okay.
or tax fraud scheme, should I say,
Okay.
stock manipulation,
Yeah, fuck those stocks.
and graffiti.
Oh.
I'm just kidding. Graffiti.
Oh,
That'd
okay.
be dumb. But they probably do, though.
I mean, maybe.
Yeah. So this is all engaged. So they do all these things, right? Which, I mean, we're talking about the most dangerous guys out there. They're not exactly the most law-abiding people in the world.
I mean,
They kind of get by doing what they got to do.
yeah, you gotta do what you gotta do, you know what I
Right.
mean?
So the Cosa Nostra is most prevalent in the urban areas of New York City, New England, and portions of New Jersey, Philadelphia, Detroit, and Chicago. Okay, so that's here in the U.S. for all of our foreign listeners that are in cooler countries.
It's kind of interesting that a lot of the most dangerous gangs and mobs all happen to reside mostly in.
Have you ever seen Gangs of New York?
Yeah, actually, I have. Yeah.
Have you seen that?
Yeah.
Or, like, love that movie.
Yeah.
Bill the Butcher.
No.
You haven't seen it.
haven't seen it.
Mother.
Had you?
Really?
I've watched Gangland. Like that's because like I was actually
Gangs in New York is amazing. It's Leonardo DiCaprio.
Did he win his Oscar in that?
No.
Oh, because then I didn't see it.
Yeah. No. He won his Oscar from The Revenant.
Okay, so then I didn't watch that either.
I was in Nashville when it happened, and I cried. Remember we talked about?
Oh, that's right. Yeah,
yes,
that's
I cried.
right.
'Cause I was like, oh, he deserves it. I was so drunk. But he does. He does deserve it. Anyway,
Yeah, for sure.
So the Bonanno, Colombo, Gambino, Genovese, and Lucchese. Ooh. Families are among the prominent ones in New York City in that area, okay? Sometimes members and associates of one Cosa Nostra family collaborate with members of other Cosa Nostra families to carry out joint criminal activities, like friends. They get together.
At the perk.
Yeah, like, hey, what are you guys doing tomorrow?
Racketeering, you?
I was thinking I got a hit on somebody. You guys want to just come with me?
Let's go chill.
Yeah,
See, gotcha.
Chill.
Oh.
Please check out the new shirt at the midnighttrainpodcast.com. It's pretty awesome.
It is pretty fucking rad.
Yeah, it's Richard Kuklinski.
Definitely going to have to buy that
And it just says chill underneath it. And it's in really bad taste, but it's funny, so it's worth it.
That's why it's even better.
Right. So within these families, members collaborate on crews that are commanded by a capo or captain who is in charge of overseeing his crew's illicit actions and offering them assistance and safety. So he's kind of like the guy.
He's the guy.
In this thing of ours, he's the guy. Right?
It's perfect.
I mean, I'm just following things.
Yeah,
I'm just following it.
Our thing, this is the guy.
Right. This is the guy. He's in charge of our thing. The crews are made up of trusted outsiders known as associates and made members known as soldiers. An associate must be of Italian heritage, have proven their capacity to make money for the family, and have shown a willingness to use violence in order to become a, quote, made member of the family. Now, please tell me you've seen Goodfellas. Jesus Christ, are you serious?
No. No. Don't hit me, Daddy.
Oh, my God. Anyway, so the three highest ranking members who manage the family are the boss or acting boss, the underboss, and the consigliere.
Ooh.
Or the advisor.
I like that one.
Is it consigliere? Yeah, it's consigliere, right? Not consigliere. That's
No, it's consigliere.
Consigliere.
Yeah.
You gotta say it like that.
Exactly.
Gotta say it. The consigliere. Hold on, I gotta take I have asthma. It's better.
Yeah.
Is that what happened?
That's exactly what happened.
Okay. So Cosa Nostra has its origins in Italian organized crime, although it has existed as a distinct organization for a very long time. It still collaborates with many criminal organizations with Italian headquarters today in a variety of illicit operations. So this is still popping off, huh?
Yes, sir.
Wow. So labor racketeering, in which attempts to dominate, manage, and control a labor movement in order to have an impact on associated businesses and industries, is one of its main sources of income, power, and influence, especially when it comes to like the garbage industry, the trash industry,
Trash collectors.
They run all that. Organized criminal organizations may profit greatly from labor unions, particularly their pension, welfare, and health funds. The mafia tries to regulate these schemes by giving businesses sweetheart contracts, okay, which doesn't even sound good to me at all.
No? You don't want to be a sweetheart with our thing?
Oh. So the captain of our thing wants to be my sweetheart. I'm out. Sorry, that sounds dangerous immediately. Sounds dangerous. So these are, with cordial worker relations and weak work regulations, or by manipulating union elections. So they get in there and they're like, listen, I want my guy in here. And they're like, well, we can't do that. No. I want my guy in here.
My sweetheart, okay?
Right, exactly. You see that guy? That's my sweetheart. You better get him in there. So large cities like New York, Buffalo, Chicago, Cleveland, where we're from,
yeah.
Detroit, and Philadelphia. Philadelphia? That's right next to Philadelphia.
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's
where Dolph Lundgren lives?
Correct. Gotcha. I don't know if you knew that. He went there, and he really liked the sound of Philadelphia, but his name's Dolph.
Yeah.
So he's like, Philadelphia. That makes sense.
So much more sense.
And he's like, I will break you. Every time you go there, that's what it says on the sign.
Really?
Philadelphia, I will break you. That's what their welcoming sign says. Anyway, So Philadelphia, they have robust industrial bases and labor unions, and they tend to be epicenters of labor law infractions. Additionally, there are several organized criminal characters in these cities. Labor racketeering costs the American public millions of dollars annually through increased labor expenses that are ultimately passed on to consumers, according to many FBI investigations. But yeah, if somebody's fucking around, they have to investigate it, or if somebody screws something up, it's costing everybody freaking money. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, I ain't fucking around with none of these people, by the way. I'm going to preface that right now. I would not fuck with any of these people in any of these at all. They're not doing it. Okay? It's just a show. It's a comedy show. That's all I'm saying. Please, God, don't kill me. Anyway, in order to investigate potential violations of labor law, the FBI collaborates closely with governmental organizations and uses methods such as electronic surveillance, covert operations, use of secret sources, and victim interviews. Okay? That's how they find these guys. The passing of the Racketeer-Influenced and Corrupt Organizations Act, a.k.a. Rico Suave. Are Rio. Taco. Are Rio. Grande. Sorry, Weird Al did. Anyway.
I know. That was too good, though.
So this came up in 1970. And if you've seen, like, pretty much any kind of, like, show or movie or whatever where they talk about RICO Acts, what is it? Sons of Anarchy.
Was a big
they had
one.
that about the RICO Act.
They had, like, 4 seasons of nothing but trying to get them on RICO. 4 whole seasons.
So you've seen that.
Oh, I've seen every single episode of Sons of Anarchy.
Okay.
Twice. Maybe
All
3
right.
times. Twice, for sure.
You might be back in the will. We'll see.
No.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know. Anyway. Yeah. So the agencies were able to work more effectively as a result of this action because they could actually target the entire corrupt organization rather than just trying to find individuals who might simply be replaced by other members or affiliates of organized crime. So in other words, if you take down, it's like the head of what's that big snake with all the heads?
The Hydra?
Hydra.
Yeah.
Hydra! I'm not saying it. Anyway.
That was good.
Nope. Anyway, like if you cut off one head, 2 more will appear.
Yeah.
And it's kind of the same thing, but if you cut off, if you kill the entire beast, then it's gone, right? And it makes sense. Yeah. The first known Sicilian Mafia member to immigrate to the United States was Giuseppe Esposito. After assassinating 11 rich landowners, the chancellor and vice chancellor of a Sicilian province, and 6 other Sicilians, he escaped to New York. In 1881, he was detained in New Orleans, Louisiana, and then sent back to Italy. Wow, what a bad motherfucker. Ooh. The nation's first significant mafia event occurred in New Orleans. All right. Police Superintendent David Hennessy, of New Orleans was executed on October 15th, 1890. Numerous Sicilians were detained, and 19 were ultimately charged with the crime. An acquittal spread allegations of widespread corruption and scared witnesses away. On March 14th, 1891, a group of angry New Orleans residents formed a lynch mob and murdered 11 out of the 19 defendants. Holy shit. 8 managed to flee, 9 were shot, and 2 were hanged. Oh my dear Lord. As different gangs gained and lost power throughout the years, the American Mafia changed. The Black Hand gangs in the early 1900s, the 5 Points gangs in New York City. That's what that movie's about, by the way.
Is the 5 Points?
Yeah.
Really?
Yep. And he's like, dead rabbits! That's part of the... Anyway, it doesn't matter. That was in the 1910s and 20s. And then, of course, Al Capone's syndicate in Chicago in the 1920s were a few of the earliest ones. The Italian Mafia faction started fighting during Prohibition for exclusive control of lucrative bootlegging networks. But, of course, find a need and fill it. That's...
Rodney Copperbottom.
That's what they did.
Mr.
Oh,
Big Will.
you know that one. That one you'll get.
Of course I do.
Because Disney...
They're not ran by Disney. It's Pixar, man.
Whatever. It was.
Maybe, is it Pixar or is it like that?
No, that's
blue
that
sky?
blue. I think it's Blue
Sky.
Sky.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I think so. I love that damn movie, though.
Oh, I know. The best part is when the very beginning of the movie is when they're like, you missed the delivery, but the best part is making the baby. I was like, all right.
It's pretty great.
We wanted a boy, right?
Yeah, and they screw it on. It's so good. So, yeah, of course, back then when Prohibition came in and the U.S. said, okay, well, no more drinking.
Right.
No more booze. And they're like, well, we're going to figure this out. And NASCAR's welcome for that.
Yeah.
Because that's pretty much what started NASCAR.
Yeah, right.
So they struggled for dominance of bootlegging alongside Jewish, and Irish ethnic gangs. By the conclusion of the decade, 2 Italian organizations were competing for dominance of the nation's criminal underworld. Joe Masseria The head of the Genovese crime family oversaw one gang, while Salvatore Maranzano, holy shit, that name just makes me afraid immediately. Like, if I met somebody tomorrow, I'm like, hey, what's going on, man? My name's John. And he's like, hey, my name's Salvatore Maranzano. I'd be like, ah! You know?
Hopefully you listen to the podcast.
Yeah. What do you do? Not a podcast. So they oversaw Salvatore Maranzano oversaw the Bonanno crime family, okay? And what does it say here? What you got there?
I have no idea. Don't just move past this.
So the deadly oh my God, this name.
Castellamarese.
Say it again?
Castellamarese.
War, which raged from February of 1930 to April 15th of 1931, was the result of the rivalry's escalation. So they were fighting. Oh, they were going off on each other. When Charles Lucky Luciano, Masseria's senior soldier, and Salvatore Maranzano planned to have Masseria assassinated, the battle came to an end. Oof.
Yeah. One dude on the one side was like, all right, I'm going to take your best guy. I'm going to have him kill you.
Lucky Luciano was the bad motherfucker. Not that any of these other guys are not.
Right.
Again, I'm just reading is all I'm doing right now. I am bipartisan on this.
Yes.
Okay. I am not.
You're Switzerland, right? Not is it Switzerland? Yeah, Switzerland. You're the guy that just holds all the money.
Yes,
Everyone else fights it.
I am from Switzerland. Inga from Sweden. But you're wearing lederhosen. Anyway, hopefully some of you guys got that reference. Drink up. So Maranzano eventually rose to prominence as the nation's most powerful mafia leader, referring to himself as boss of bosses. I'm the boss of bosses of this little thing of ours.
You looking to be my sweetheart?
What, you want to kiss me on my lips? Huh? Just because I called you sweetheart? So Maranzano designed the organization's code of conduct, set the conflict resolution processes, and split New York City into 5 families. Charles Lucky Luciano here was designated as the leader of the Genovese family, as it eventually came to be known. Okay? And he was a bad dude. So Maranzano's leadership position would, however, only be there for a little bit.
Oh, a little bit?
A while. Okay. Maranzano preferred to exclusively associate with Sicilians, okay, and upheld the traditions of the purported Old World Mafia by refusing to cooperate with non-Italians. And that was a big thing from what I've seen and heard. Allegedly. Anyway, it's a very close-knit. If you're not Italian, they don't want nothing to do with you. You know what I mean? Like, get out of here. You know what I mean? Yeah. Get out of here. I still got the legs to carry you.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
So younger Italian organized crime figures like Luciano believed that limiting their business dealings to Italians would restrict both the development of their individual careers and the possible expansion of their criminal empires. Of course, if all you're dealing with are, the Italians, then you're you're pigeonholing yourself.
Right.
There's so many different avenues.
There are
quite
a few.
Like you got the Irish over here, and they're ready to kick some Irish everything. You know what I mean?
Oh,
right? Right?
Oh.
And then you got these dumb Americans. Anyway. Did I say that out loud?
We were reading it off the internet.
Yes. Allegedly. Allegedly. So as long as there was money to be made, these men known as the Young Turks wanted to deal with Irish and Jewish gangsters. Of course, let's deal with them all.
Yeah.
Maranzano quickly saw Lucky Luciano here as a threat and gave the order to whack him.
Oh, no.
Wait, you want me to off him? You want to whack him? You want me to whack him off? What do you want me to do? So on September 10th, 1939, Maranzano was murdered by a group of mobsters at his office in the New York Central Building when Luciano learned about the scheme. So, hey, oh my God, I wish I could remember the saying. There is a saying, and it's basically like, just when you think you're fucking me, I'm fucking you. And there's an actual saying for that. And I can't remember what it's called. It's actually in the movie Rapid Fire with Brandon Lee. Brandon Lee, who was in The Crow. Want me to keep going? I could do this. Who's also Bruce Lee's son.
Oh.
You get all that?
Wait, really?
Oh my God. Yes, you knew that. You shit. But anyway, it's so he found out.
Yeah.
He stepped it up and got to him first.
Oh.
You know what I mean? That's it.
That's how you do it?
Yeah, that's how he does it.
In our thing of ours.
In the sweetheart thing of ours. In order to prevent future mafia battles, Lucky Luciano formed the Commission, a coalition of 5 mafia families of similar magnitude with the aid of his lifelong buddy, Meyer Lansky. That doesn't sound very freaking Italian at all. Hey, how you doing over there? What's your name? Meyer Lansky. You don't look very Italian. Meyer Lansky. So Vincent Mangiano, Tommy Gagliano, damn it, Joseph Bonanno, and Joseph Profaci. Those sound Italian. Thank you. Where the fuck is Meyer Lansky from? You got what do you got, a freaking Polish guy in here? He's awful light-skinned. I'm just saying, he looks a little bit light. Does he burn when he walks outside? Does he burn a lot? Anyway, so these guys served as the commission's other leaders. Other than this panel actually made decisions about all organized criminal activity throughout the 1930s.
Right.
So these are like the guys, and they're like the heads of each one of these. Mm-hmm. They're the guys.
They're the sweethearts.
Right. Mm-hmm. Oh. The leaders of the Chicago outfit and the 5 families of the New York City reportedly still make up the commission to this day.
Yeah.
Scary. A little bit. And again, if you happen to be associated or happen to be in one of those things, jokes. That's all. And then all I hear in my head is, what do you think, I'm a clown? Oh, you're a funny man. Say something funny. I piss my pants. How's that for funny? Is it funny when I pee myself? So the organized crime groups quickly diversified into to new businesses after Prohibition ended in 1933 because they were unable to maintain the high profits they were actually making throughout the 1920s, and they were making a shit ton of money just running booze. And then you got speakeasies everywhere and whatnot. Right. Like, you were making so much money because it's booze. Mm. You know what I mean?
Everyone loves booze.
Here's the thing. When people are sad, they drink. Mm. When people are happy, they drink. Mm. When you're upset about something and you're feeling really bad and you want to have a celebration, you drink.
Okay.
When you're mourning, you drink.
Like in the morning?
And in the morning, you drink. When you're mourning in the morning, you drink. I'm just saying, like, it's a very lucrative business, especially back then. When the government told the citizens of the U.S., you can't drink anymore. Booze it's gone. It's gone. Mm. You know damn well they were paying high dollar.
Yeah.
You know, somebody wanted some moonshine or whatever the hell they could get a hold of, some whiskey that was whatever. You know damn well, instead of back then, okay, let's just say it was like $5.
Right.
Normally. They were paying $50.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because they wanted it.
Gotta get that booze.
Supply and demand, baby.
Yeah.
So these new businesses included labor racketeering through the control of labor unions, which we kind of talked about earlier, construction, loan sharking, extortion, protection rackets, sanitation, we talked about that, transportation, prostitution, and drug trafficking. Oh, the big ones.
Those are all of them.
Those are all the big ones.
All of them.
Yeah, that's pretty much, that's hell right there. Yeah, that's hell. So in Las Vegas, Nevada's legal casinos by the 1950s here, all right, numerous mafia leaders had actually made legitimate investments and were skimming money before it was recorded. But why wouldn't you?
Yeah, a little off the top. No one's going to notice.
Because it's a cash business. It assumed that the sum was in the hundreds of millions of dollars in the 1950s.
Yeah, a little bit of cheese.
Oh. For years, the mafia operated in secrecy with little opposition from the law because local law enforcement authorities lacked the tools or expertise necessary to successfully confront organized crime perpetrated by a covert organization they were unaware even existed. Not only that, but half of them were probably on the payroll.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, okay.
Making a lot of money.
It's the 50s. People die all the time.
Yeah.
There isn't like technology now where like something happens.
Accidents
cell
happen.
phones. Accidents happen, right?
Yeah.
If you were a police officer and you're in a town where you got the mafia or whatever, and they come up to you and say, listen, I can give you an extra $1,000 a week. And this is the 50s. I can give you an extra $1,000 a week just to look the other way. Do you do it?
It's for the greater good.
My exact term would be, fuck yeah.
It's for the greater good.
Yeah, absolutely. Because if you say no, what happens?
You're dead.
Exactly. Or your family's dead. You know what I mean? So yeah, I'd been one of those dudes. Sorry. Just putting it out there. You guys don't like it? Well, guess what? It's not your family. That's all I'm saying. You're no longer my sweetheart. How do you like that? So, of course, yeah, they were, they had this little secret thing going on, except it really wasn't a secret.
Yeah.
And it wasn't until 1951 that a U.S. Senate investigation concluded that this country was home to, quote, sinister criminal organization, subsequently known as La Cosa Nostra. Right. Knew I fucked that up. 6 years later, in Little Upstate New York, in a hamlet of Appalachian, the New York State Police discovered a gathering of important La Cosa Nostra officials from all across the entire country. Mm-hmm. Oh, boy.
That's a big one.
Numerous guests were taken into custody. The incident served as the impetus for altering how organized crime is combated by law enforcement. All right, so they had them all together. And the problem is if you don't have, first of all, witness testimony.
Right.
Who in the shit is going to be a witness?
No one alive.
Nope. Exactly. Had a great thing, and I think it's Ben Franklin who said it. It might have been George Washington. It says, the only way to keep a secret, or how does it go again? Hold on. It doesn't fucking matter. I had it in my head. Yeah, I fucking had it in my head. No, it's something like the only way to keep a secret between three people is if two of them are dead.
Oh, shit.
That's it.
Oh.
But it's the truth, though.
It is.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So if you're out there and you're trying to talk shit. So Joe Valacchi, the first mafia member to turn state's evidence in 1963, divulged extensive details about the organization's inner workings and trade secrets. You narc!
A little bit.
After then, the National Crime Syndicate of the Mafia was aggressively attacked by the FBI. Although the Mafia came under additional pressure as a result, its illegal operations were not significantly reduced. So in other words, they had heat, but they're not going to stop.
No.
Right. However, the Nevada state legislature's passage of a measure in 1969 that made it simpler for companies to run casinos caused the Mafia's power in Las Vegas economy to start to decline. A year later, the RICO Act was approved by the U.S. Congress, giving law enforcement extra power to go after the Mafia for its criminal operations, which is amazing. And when I say amazing, I'm more so saying, like, it's amazing that they never thought of this beforehand.
Right.
You know, like,
yeah.
Like make it illegal to, you know, be in cahoots in a mob or in,
right.
You know what I mean? Like, let's make that illegal. So by the start of the 1980s, the FBI had achieved success when it was able to free Las Vegas casinos from mafia rule and made a concerted effort to weaken the Mafia's grip on labor unions. So now, you lived out in Las Vegas for a while. Mm-hmm. For, 13 years?
Mm-hmm.
Did you know that once upon a time they were all ran by, not all, but a lot of them were ran by the Mafia?
Still are.
I'm sorry, what?
Nothing.
Allegedly.
Allegedly. I read it on the internet. Saw it on the internet somewhere.
You read it on the internet somewhere?
I read it on the internet somewhere.
And what was it again?
There's some of them, most of them, are still run by similar families.
Really?
Of other ethnic proportions.
Like?
Russia and Japan.
Really? Huh.
Yeah. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, Dolph Lundgren owns a casino out there. Just kidding.
In Philadelphia. It's called Philadelphia.
That's exactly what it is.
You must come to my new casino. It is called Philadelphia. Watch. There is one craps table. You lose. And as it goes around, it just says, like, if he dies, he dies. And you just hope not to land on any of those. That's it. That's amazing. I want to do that game. I'm going to start that. Can I start that?
That's Russian roulette.
Yeah. The Russians, they say, oh, no, you're going to win. No, you will win for sure. Win a swift kick in the ass. However, the Nevada state legislature's passage of a measure in 1969 that made it simpler for companies to run casinos caused the Mafia's power, again, to decline. So everything started to lose and everything went down. 1980s, everything is on the up and up as an opposition of what Logan actually says. Right?
Yeah, allegedly.
Right.
Yeah.
Allegedly. Right. In my opinion,
yeah.
So 23 Mafia bosses from all throughout the country were found guilty of violating the RICO statute between 1981 and 1992. By 1990, almost 1,000 members of criminal families had been found guilty. While many mafia organizations around the nation were severely damaged, the most powerful families continued to control crime in their regions. I mean, you got to look like John Gotti and all those guys.
Right.
They were still rolling, man.
Oh, yeah.
So the Mafia has persisted in engaging in a wide range of illicit operations into the 21st century, including extortion, government corruption, gambling, infiltration into lawful firms. Lawful firms. Falafel. I've never had falafel, have you?
No, not
ever. I kind of want to try it. Yeah. Labor racketeering, loan sharking, and more. Today, Chicago and the Northeast still account for the majority of its operations. La Cosa Nostra's, I always thought it was La Costa Nostra, I swear to God.
What is this, Jurassic Park?
What is that?
One of the islands.
Is that called La Cosa Nostra?
It's like it's Nuestra or something like that. Yeah.
Is it my little small island, sweetheart?
Sweetheart Island, and this little thing of ours.
Right, this island of ours. So La Cosa Nostra's organizational structure has not altered since the 1930s, and Cosa Nostra has operated for more than a century in a variety of different manners, which is crazy to think about.
A little bit, yeah.
You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. I think that's crazy.
It's got, yeah. It's up there.
Yeah. And so what mob movies have you seen?
Like actual?
Where they're fucking crickets every time I ask a question like that.
Like actual mobs?
Yeah. Have you seen like Casino? Have you seen, you said you didn't see Goodfellas.
No. Or The Godfather.
Oh boy, you've never seen any of the Godfathers. We talked about this.
Yeah. I'm weird when it comes to older movies. They're very slow. Like I've seen, kind of like Scarface, I guess would be considered ish.
Yeah. I mean, he was Cuban, but yeah.
Let's see.
You see that guy? You see him?
The Ocean's 11, 12, and 13.
I never like him. Oh yeah. Yeah. You see what I'm saying? Okay. I could do this all day. I want to read the entire rest of it just like him. Okay?
It makes sense for this next part.
I should.
Huh?
You like this?
Oh, yeah.
Huh? Avita!
I'm reloaded!
Okay. So here it goes. No, I'm not going to do that. That'd be ridiculous. It was super annoying. Unless you guys want me to. You should text me right now. I'm just kidding. Don't do that. Because you're listening later. Anyway.
That would be like hilarious.
All of a sudden, bing, bing.
Go back there. Do it, please.
We should do one of these live one of these days.
That'd be dope.
Yeah. We should totally do one. I actually want to set up just off the side here, I do want to set up where we just do it live on and like stream it live, like right then and there for people to watch.
For sure.
Everyone can just come in on like Facebook or whatever and just watch us do this.
Do it on Facebook. We do it on Discord. Discord works too.
That cord.
Yeah, the cord.
This cord.
Our cord.
La Cosa cord.
We'll call it the Sweetheart Channel.
Oh. Sounds like somebody's weird.
OnlyFans?
Yeah, doesn't it?
A little bit.
All right, so we talked about the American mob here, the American Mafia, which scares the shit out of me because it's not too far from here.
Nope.
And actually in Cleveland, right? Okay.
Mm-hmm. I'm pretty sure it was just over the weekend. Some family members were there hanging out.
You talking about the feast? Yeah, the feast was this weekend. Yeah, I didn't go. It's too many people. I don't like it. It's too many people. I do love the food though, and she did bring me home some good food.
Oh, she did?
Yeah.
Oh, no.
I got some.
No cannolis for me?
They only brought enough cannolis for like.
What do you think this is, huh?
I don't know. You should have said something to her.
All right.
They were delicious though.
I bet.
Delicious. I still got tiramisu sitting up there.
Oh, keep moistening my mouth.
Yeah,
it's fine.
Yeah. Please don't isolate that, by the way. All right, so we talked about the American mob, and we hear a lot about them. So let's talk about the true Italian mafia.
Italian.
Don't do that. Oh, that'll get you killed before anything else. The Camorra, right?
Ooh. Like Gomorrah.
Like Gomorrah, but Camorra.
Yeah.
Due to gang's effect on American organized crime, the term mafia has come to symbolize all forms of organized crime in popular culture. However, that phrase is really the name of the organized criminal gang rooted in Sicily, according to mafia historian Umberto Centino's study of mafia and mafia-type groups in Italy. What the shit word is that?
It's like androgynous.
Androgyna. Ndragheta.
Yeah.
I got that.
Yeah.
It took me a second to freaking process that. It was okay, so if you guys are wondering, if there's like it's Ndrangeheta. Then that word.
Yeah.
Not gonna work here anymore. So from the Calabria, the Socra Corona Unita from Apulia, and the Camorra from Campania, the area that includes the city of Naples, are further mafia-type groups. This is where my wife's from.
Mm-hmm.
Well, her family is from.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? So I'm going to tread extremely lightly.
Okay.
Hi, family. In case you're listening. So the history of the Camorra is, quote, particularly discontinuous, according to Santino. Despite having origins that may go as far back as the 15th century in Spain, sources like Britannica claim that the organization first rose to prominence in the 19th century. Santino, however, claims that the organization's current form dates back to the late 1950s when local criminal organizations in Campania started using the term Camorra. In the 1960s, these organizations expanded and became increasingly effective at smuggling cigarettes. Oh, you bastards.
It's a terrible thing to do.
So there is a little Italian restaurant
Yeah?
that has the absolute best eggplant parmesan.
I thought you were going to say cigarettes.
No, that'd be hilarious, though. But it's called La Campagna.
Oh, okay. The campaign.
I wonder if they're related or if they're
A front.
mafia.
Because, guys, they are.
Actually, I love it. It's so
Good
good.
food?
It's, oh my God. It's itty bitty. It's so tiny.
Is it almost like that, what is it, that boot cheese or whatever I always keep telling you about over in Rocky River? Is better?
Way better.
Oh.
It's probably the best Italian. Well, I like Nino's in Ridgeville, too.
Yeah.
And I love how like everyone's like, shut the fuck up and keep going. Sorry. I'm hungry. So in this decade, they also forged advantageous relationships with a number of Neapolitan mafia factions, which in the 1970s led to the development of profitable black market drug trafficking. However, there is one key distinction between the Cosa Nostra, sometimes known as the Mafia that we just talked about, and the Camorra. While the Mafia has a top-down pyramidal structure of authority.
Yeah.
Okay, like this guy's the big boss, and there's 2 little ones below them, and then there's 4 sweethearts underneath them, and then 6 sweethearts underneath them, and then more and more sweethearts.
So many sweethearts.
Lots of sweethearts.
In our thing.
Right. The Camorra has a more dispersed system of small organizations or clans that hold power. The Camorra has found success with its organizational structure, and as a result is currently more powerful than the Sicilian Mafia. Wow. So they're like
They're big wigs, yeah.
taking over, huh?
A little bit.
So according to Santino, the Camorra has 7,000 members spread throughout its 145 clans. This is all just in Sicily?
This is all in, like, relatively...
Like
Italy.
worldwide? Or
Well, no, it's Italy. Like, it in the whereabouts of Sicily. Like, there's different islands and different, like...
Yeah.
Like, I don't want to call them houses, but, like, villages and stuff like that.
Because technically Sicily is not Italy.
Right. It's what is it, an island or whatever?
Yeah, it's its own little thing.
Yeah, it's a private. It's like Puerto Rico.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
To Italy.
Yeah.
And it's south.
Correct.
Right. Yeah.
Correct.
I get yelled at all the time.
You're doing really good on geography, bud.
Hey! All right. So, that's a lot of people.
There's a lot of people. A lot of clans, though. 145 clans. Like, when you look
145.
at most gangs and stuff like that, it's like a couple of different clans. Like, you don't, and it's usually a couple thousand within just those clans. We're talking 7,000 amongst a couple hundred clans. You know what I mean?
Almost 200, yeah. That's crazy.
It's a lot.
So the Camorra is the most prosperous and feared criminal gang in Italy, thanks to its domination over the trafficking in narcotics, including cocaine and heroin.
Yeah.
The Independent published a story in 2006 about an Italian author named Roberto Saviano, who wrote a book that revealed a few more details about the Camorra than the gang they wanted to hear. You know what I mean? He had excellent reason to worry for his life. I'm just reading stuff, folks. Quote, the sprawling network of criminal gangs, according to Saviano, wrote reporter Peter Popham, quote, now dwarfs both the original mafia and of Sicily, the Nagrandeta,
Indragheta.
Negreta, I can't do it. Do it.
Indragheta.
Thank you. Damn it. And Southern Italy's other organized gangs in numbers, in economic power, and in ruthless violence. In other words, they're coming out, writing this big thing and saying that these guys are way bigger than everybody else is. And they probably don't want that on them.
Nope.
Negreta.
Indragheta. There you go. Say it just like that every single time.
Damn it.
Indragheta.
I've said some really crazy words, man, but that one got me. So the New York Times reported that Saviano's book, Gomorrah, was a literary sensation that sold more than 500,000 copies. But it also resulted in death threats and compelled him to actually go into hiding because it depicted gang violence, drug trafficking, child soldiers, and other aspects of the Camorra's business that the gang would prefer to keep hidden from everybody else.
Yeah, they don't want to be disrespected, you know
Right.
what I mean?
Well, I mean, listen, we're going to do our thing. Don't tell people about it. You know what I mean?
Right.
So aspects like the rampant government corruption, which causes trash to pile up in the streets, car high, which is messed up, or the fact that the Camorra has killed much more people recently than the Sicilian Mafia and made Campania one of the most deadly regions in Europe. Oh, my God.
You said you were going to Italy soon, right?
Nope. Not anymore.
You're welcome.
No, we're actually going to Italy. I don't,
Sicily, right?
No. I don't know. Not now. I don't think. I'm changing plans. So Sicily is where the mafia that we know and admire today actually came from, as we talked about earlier.
Correct.
They first appeared, and at sometime in the late 19th century, and over the next 150 years or so, they expanded all over the world and became involved in just about everything. It has long been a mystery how this highly ordered system came to be, but a new study from the University of Nottingham suggests that it all began with lemons.
Yeah. You ready for this?
With lemons.
Lemons. When life gives you lemons, you make the fucking mafia.
When life gives you lemons, you say, fuck the lemons and bail. So Sicily discovered that they had the ideal mixture to develop a lucrative crop in the late 1800s. Despite having the greatest concentration of lemon trees in all of Italy, they also faced a particular set of issues. Lemon farmers eventually turned to hiring their own private protection firms to protect their investment and themselves because of factors such as a wealthy upper class that exploited the peasant class to the fullest, a glaring lack of public law enforcement, and a government that really wasn't keeping the peace. Okay, it kind of all makes sense, right? Mm-hmm. Lemon farmers. It's so funny.
It is pretty funny. And it's really even more funny that when we look at all of these different associations, gangs, whatever you want to call them, they all started off as theoretically a good thing.
Well, I mean, I think, and that's the part too, there's a lot of bad stuff that happens with the gangs and stuff, but I feel like there is at least a glimmer of them wanting to do good that either started it or is still there. Because, I mean, a lot of them give back to the community. Yeah. I mean, look at Capone was loved by people because he gave to the community.
He's the reason why, like, public transportation and schools and stuff like that were. Yeah,
I mean, so I get
there,
it.
Like an old saying that at the end of every, at the end of the path that leads to good intentions, there's sin and death or something like that? You know what I'm talking about?
I couldn't read that word, and you're trying to get me to... Yeah.
Are we going back to the Antikythera mechanism now?
Yeah. Oh, my God. Oh, boy. So lemon farmers eventually turned, again, to hiring their own private stuff. Protection firms. They wanted people to come and protect them because nobody else would.
Right.
So, there was a few other elements that kind of got included in this, like, Sicily's location on a key Mediterranean trade route, the rapidly expanding citrus industry, and the demand for private security forces to safeguard interest make it the ideal location for the mafia to start up. Right?
Oh, yeah.
So Don Carlo Vicenzini. There it is. That's right. No, it's Vich because ZZ is.
Yeah, ZZ I think is a J. It's like a J.
Vigini.
It's Vigini.
Don Carlo Vigini. Sounds remarkably close to another word, and I'm sorry for that. I am sorry for that, Mr. Vigini.
Tommy.
Hey, it's Don the Vagina.
You look like a man with a little wiener and some tiny nuts.
So Don Carlo here was at the head of the Villalba Mafia during World War II, and he may have said it best. He was quoted by the University of Nottingham paper saying, quote, "In every society, there has to be a category of people who straighten things out when situations get complicated. Usually they're functionaries of the state. Where the state is not present or where it does not have sufficient force, this is done by private individuals." So I get it.
Yeah.
Somebody's got to step up and if there's a spot to be taken,
right,
and you can make some money out of it at the same time.
Might as well.
So the roots of the Camorra have speculated that it originated from a secret 12th century organization of assassins. Ninja. Italian ninjas.
Yes, this is Assassin's Creed.
Just walking around with swords and tomatoes.
And lemons.
And lemons, apparently, yeah. So the Beati Paoli were a Sicilian group that originated in the 12th century. No one knows where or why they were given that name, although it's presumably religious in its nature. The tale claims that they formed in response to the persecution of the aristocratic class, and the majority of what we know comes from Francesco Maria Emanuele, the Marquis of Villabianca.
Very good.
Enchanté. It's not French.
Oh, it's not?
No.
Oh.
I don't think.
I don't know.
They not only attracted each and every one to their cause, but they also created a hierarchy akin to like a royal court. From there, they set up security services, employed themselves as paid killers, assassins, and, well, secrets prevent us from knowing what else. Since they obviously had an underground hideout, we do know that it was accessible through the crypt of a Palermo church. And where is Palermo?
It's where they make the olives, right?
Where's Palermo?
In Italy.
Okay.
Where's Palermo?
I don't know. You should look it up real quick.
Oh, my Lord.
There are even reports that the Camorra had a lot to do with helping the Allies sabotage Mussolini in World War II.
Oh, they're out in Canton. There's a Palermo pizzeria and restaurant.
That sounds delicious.
Actually, kind of does. Not going to order right now.
So I doubt to deliver all the way here.
Oh, it's in Sicily.
Right.
It's the capital
Sicily.
of the
Correct.
island of Sicily.
Correct. That's
I could have guessed that.
Did you?
No.
No. So much information was originally written up as German control and sabotage during this time, but many years after, with arrests of many members, documents were actually found that showed that the Camorra and other factions helped to fuck over Mussolini.
Yeah, it's actually kind of
That's
cool.
amazing.
Yeah, I want to do a story just on that alone.
That is absolutely amazing.
Like I said, every one of these members or associations started off trying to do something good when good wasn't around. And then they... Wait, what's the old saying now? You either die a hero or you live long enough to see yourself become the villain.
What?
Don't know that quote?
What's that from?
The Dark Knight?
Oh. Okay.
Oh, man, that's what's his face?
Who?
Two-Face. Having dinner with... No?
I don't know. I'm just pulling you right now because you don't know anything ever.
Fuck off.
All right. I'm pretending.
Well, you hurt my feelings.
Yeah, you've never seen shit.
Yeah.
So that was the Camorra. So now, let's talk about the Crips.
Oh.
Yes.
Oh.
And not crypts, like Tales from the Crypt. It's Crips. Okay? So, and this is probably something, if you're from the United States, you've probably heard of the Crips and the Bloods, which we will talk about after the Crips, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So the Crips were only a social group, as one original gangster, a.k.a. an OG, put it.
Oh, yeah.
And by most accounts, he's pretty much right, all right? While there are numerous uneven areas throughout the turbulent history of the Crips, there are also recurring themes. However, unlike the violent, frequently fatal incidents, connected with the Crips, which are frequently portrayed with dramatic exaggeration, the genuine components of the narrative do not make for riveting television. Of course, it doesn't make good TV.
Right.
Many of the OGs and gang members have voiced their shock and disappointment at how the Crips have been portrayed. Okay, Crips are blue, correct?
Correct.
All right. While still admitting the group's flaws and its final transition from activism to gangsterism. Deborah Addie Smith, a close friend of the founder of the Crips, once expressed that she, quote, was wondering when someone was going to finally tell the real story about the Crips. Well, we're here for you, kid.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So the Black Panther movement was being dismantled by the police, okay?
Right.
Who were making, quote, mass arrests, incarcerations, and deaths of black teenagers by the police, which led to the formation of the Crips, a grassroots group mostly made up of African Americans, okay? The Crips, okay, and I did not know this, actually stands for Community Resources for Independent People. That is fucking crazy.
Yeah.
I had no idea. That is amazing.
Kind of
And I don't
shed a little more light on it.
Yeah, and I'm sure most of you out there right now probably didn't know what that was.
No, I bet you Snoop Dogg did, though.
Did he roll with the Crips?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why he wore blue on every...
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So they emerged in South Central Los Angeles, California in 1969 with a message of resistance and justice during a period of despair and pessimism within the black community following the ultimate dissolution of the Black Panther movement. Raymond Washington, a, quote, fearless and strong 5'8" fireplug who liked to fight and detested guns, is credited with founding the gang. He finally distanced himself and was actually killed as the Crips started using guns and formed a feud with the Bloods. Oh, that sucks. Oh, poor guy. So Stanley Tukey Williams met Raymond Lee Washington in 1969. I know that name, Stanley Tukey Williams. And the two decided to unite the local gang members from the west and east sides of South Central Los Angeles in order to battle neighboring street gangs. Okay, like let's get together.
Right.
Let's come together and do this. Most of the members were 17 years old. So young. Williams, however, appears to discount the sometimes cited founding date of 1969 in his memoir, Blue Rage, Black Redemption. In his memoir, Williams also refuted claims that the group was a spin-off of the Black Panther Party or formed for a community agenda, writing that, quote, it depicted a fighting alliance against street gangs, nothing more, nothing less. Well, I mean, again, started off with something good.
Yeah.
Washington, who attended Fremont High School, was the leader of the East Side Crips, and Williams, who attended Washington High School, led the West Side Crips. Williams recalled that a blue bandana was first worn by Crips founding member Buddha as a part of his color-coordinating clothing of blue Levi's, a blue shirt, and dark blue suspenders. That's amazing. That is absolutely amazing. A blue bandana was worn in tribute to Buddha after he was shot and killed on February 23rd, 1973, and that color then became associated with the Crips.
Yeah.
That was their color.
Mm-hmm.
By 1978, there were 45 Crip gangs called sets in Los Angeles. So if you ever heard anybody out there ever say, what set you claim, that's what set underneath that umbrella, allegedly, do you claim?
Oh.
Are you a part of?
Yes.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
They were heavily involved in the production of PCP, marijuana, and amphetamines. Aha. On March 11th, 1979, Williams, a member of the West Side Crips, we talked about him a second ago, was arrested for 4 murders, and on August 9th, 1979, Washington was gunned down. Washington had been against Crip infighting, and after his death, several Crips, the sets, started fighting against each other. The Crips' leadership was dismantled, prompting a deadly gang war between the Roland 60 neighborhood Crips and 8 trade gangster Crips that led nearby Crip sets to choose sides and then align themselves with either the neighborhood Crips or the gangster Crips, waging a large-scale war in South Central and other cities. That is exhausting. Absolutely exhausting. I'd be like, man, I can I just take a nap? Like, for real. Like, this is so much. Like, there's so much fighting.
A lot of fighting.
Like, stop it.
Always fighting.
The East Coast Crips from East Los Angeles and the Hoover Crips directly severed their alliance after Washington's death. By 1980, the Crips were in turmoil, warring with the Bloods and against each other. The gang's growth and influence increased significantly in the early 1980s when crack cocaine hit the streets and Crip sets began distributing the drug. Of course they did. Large profits induced many Crips to establish new markets in other cities and states. As a result, Crips membership grew steadily, and the street gang was one of the nation's largest by the late 1980s. In 1999, there were at least 600 Crip sets with more than 30,000 members transporting drugs in the United States.
Yeah.
That's a lot.
Mm-hmm.
That's a lot of dudes and or females.
Yeah.
I mean, because there's females in the gang.
Oh,
right?
yeah, there is. There is.
I mean,
there's a lot of people doing a lot of crazy things.
Yeah.
A little bit.
Yeah. Oh. So a funny little side note here, and I love how it says funny side note. I really hope someone doesn't die. As of 2015, the Crips gang consists of between approximately 30,000 and 35,000 members and 800 sets, active in 221 cities and 41 U.S. states. The states with the highest estimated number of Crips sets are California, of course, Texas, Oklahoma, and Missouri. All right, kind of all makes sense. Members typically consist of young African-American men, but can be white, Hispanic, Asian, and Pacific Islander. The gang also began to establish a presence in Canada in the early 1990s. Crip sets are active in the Canadian cities of Montreal and Toronto. Oh my God. What set you claim? Crip, eh? What's this all about, man? I don't know why I went in Jamaican at the very end of that. That was odd. So that's
side note.
So the Crips and the Bloods, those are the ones that I kind of grew up knowing I guess.
About, yeah.
So next one's the Bloods. The Bloods gang was first established in Los Angeles in California as a defense against the Crips.
Yep.
Right? The Pirate Street gang, which was initially a group of the Crips, split out during an internal gang battle. Remember, there were a lot of those. United with other minor gangs to create the gang that would later become known as the Bloods, which is where the Bloods' origins and their rivalry with the Crips actually began. Okay? At the time, there were 3 more Crip sets than Blood sets. Ooh, okay. Despite the disparity in numbers, Blood sets became more aggressive, especially towards rival Crip members, in an effort to demonstrate their dominance. That's right, this is my street, my corner.
Hey.
Eh? It's fucked. Hold on. Pop. Sorry. I'm just, Jesus Christ.
Pour a little maple syrup out for the homies. Hey. Sorry, Canada.
Oh my God. Oh, that's amazing. That is amazing. Oh God, that hurt. Oh, I'm fighting off a chest cold, and that just brought it all out. Holy shit.
You're welcome.
Oh, wow. It's so messed up. Anyway, so the gang's concentration changed to drug manufacturing during the emergence of crack again. The United Blood Nation, a gang that started out on Rikers Island, and for those of you that may not know, that's a prison,
Correct.
is frequently associated with blood sets on the East Coast. The George Machin Detention Center, or the GMDC, often known as C-73, is located on Rikers Island and is home to the United Blood Nation, also known as the Bloods. Problem offenders were separated from the rest of the jail facilities using the GMDC. The Latin Kings were the most prominent and well-organized gang in the New York City jail system before this time. The majority Hispanic Latin Kings were violently abusing white and occasionally African-American prisoners. These African-American prisoners created a defense organization they named the United Blood Nation, after being organized by some of the most aggressive and charismatic prisoners. This prison group, United Blood Nation, the United Blood Nation, was copying the Blood Street gangs in Los Angeles. Okay, so it wasn't technically part of the Bloods,
Right.
but they were basically like representing themselves to be like them in the prison. Right. 8 initial blood sets were formed by many of the leaders of this freshly formed prison gang to recruit in their local communities around New York City. By 1996, the Blood Street Gang had grown to include thousands of members and was becoming one of the most powerful gangs in existence. It also kept up a regular recruiting push. The Bloods were at this point less organized and more vicious. Vicious.
They're very vicious. Almost
I
as
like
viscous.
fishes because they're so delicious. Vicious than other gangs. Numerous slashings, attacks with razor blades or knives or, whatever they could find, that were recorded during robberies were later determined to be Bloods initiations. So if we had somebody that was wanting to get jumped in or brought into the gang, you had to go out and do this.
Correct.
Oh, it's so sad. And that's the thing that's fucked up, too. It's usually innocent people. You know what I mean? Like, completely innocent. Like, okay, I get it if you're in one gang and you're like, listen, in order to get in our gang, you got to go kill a rival gang member.
Right.
I get it. I'm not condoning it.
No,
but I understand.
That makes more sense than just go find some random person in the street
that's
minding their own
fucked
business.
up. That is so fucked up. Like, don't do that. I don't like it.
Nope.
Stop it.
Stop it. Knock it off.
Right. It's just bad. So it also, it's, how do I put it? It's very disheartening that somebody can actually, like, not only are you trying to push someone to do this, but you're condoning the whole thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm not a big fan of that, so whatever. So the blood signature ceremony was the blood ritual. Bloods found recruits all throughout the East Coast. In addition to members of other races and ethnicities, African Americans made up the majority of the Bloods. Early adolescence to mid-20s is the average age of members. However, some continue to retain leadership roles well into their late 20s and, on occasion, their 30s. Although there is no one person who can be actually identified as the Bloods, like, number one guy.
Right.
They're the boss's boss. Each individual blood set has a hierarchical leadership structure with distinct degrees of membership. Okay, so there is at least some sort of a hierarchy there.
Right.
Yeah, like the one guy, and then there's the guys below it. It's kind of pyramidal kind of thing.
Yeah.
Status within a gang is indicated by these membership levels. Each set is managed by a leader who is often an older person with a longer criminal history. Probably someone who's been in prison or whatever.
Right.
A fixed leader is not chosen. Instead, he or she exerts themselves through creating and overseeing the gang's illicit businesses, using their reputation for brutality and violence, as well as their own charisma to do so. The majority of the cast members are soldiers. Cast members. I like how that's like a play on Broadway. And they range in age from 16 to 22. Because of their readiness to use violence to win the respect of gang members and to deal with anybody who, quote, disrespects the set, soldiers have a strong feeling of dedication to their set and are very, very dangerous. Although they are not full members, associates participate in a variety of illegal acts and identify with the gang. If any women are involved in the gang, they are often associate members and are frequently employed by their male counterparts to carry guns, store narcotics, or engage in self-prostitution in order to support their group. Not cool. Oh, boy. The surroundings of a recruit frequently affects recruitment.
Right.
Okay?
Where they're normally at.
Right. Bloods actively seek for school-age African Americans, in particularly impoverished regions, right?
Yeah.
Because these are people that are wanting to be attached to something.
Right.
So let's go offer them that attachment. Let's offer them that family, Youth might find security and a sense of belonging by joining a gang. Economically deprived children who observe the trappings of gang life, that bling-bling, some cash, and the nice, sportswear and whatever else they're wearing.
Decked out in the Nikes.
Right. Can likewise experience instant satisfaction, especially if you're coming from, a poor home.
Right.
And if all of a sudden some dude rolls up and throws you a knot, and a knot would be a large roll of money.
Yes, big bills.
And someone does that to you and says, all I need you to do is take this package over there, you're probably going to do it. 9 times out of 10. Allegedly, right. Based on how long a person has been a part of a certain set, blood sets have an informal hierarchy of levels. The ranks are only a symbol of respect for individuals who have been a part of the set the longest, who've been a part of the set the longest and have survived the longest. They do not indicate leadership or domination over the set. Bloods of lesser ranks are not subject to those in positions of authority. So bloods of lesser status frequently, they refer to bloods of higher rank as big homies. Mm-hmm. They also call one another relatives. Once a person joins a blood set, they cannot quit the set or flip, as move to another set, for the rest of their lives. Blood in, blood out.
Exactly.
That's it. Members of the Bloods frequently refer to themselves as dogs or ballers. Dogs, D-A-W-G-S, by the way. Mm-hmm. HKs, in initialism for Hoover Killer. CKs, in initialism for Crip Killer. And mobs, which is an initialism for members of Bloods, the drug dealers. Mm-hmm. Contrary to popular belief, Bloods and Crips are typically friendly amongst their actual sets. Now, they didn't used to be.
No.
Although it is against the law, Bloods sometimes engage in civil war with one another. For example, the Deuce 2, is it 2X Crips? Yeah. Wow, these names. The Deuce 2X Crips and Trey 3X Crips are at war, and they frequently work with Crip sets to eliminate their fellow Blood competitors. What?
Yeah.
It's exhausting.
So much.
Who has this much time in their day? So the many gang indicators used by Bloods members to distinguish themselves from other gangs include colors, attire, emblems, tattoos, jewelry, graffiti, language, and hand signals. Like that one, right? Mm-hmm. Red is the gang's primary color. They like donning athletic attire, such as team coats that display their gang's colors. San Francisco 49ers, Miami Heat, Atlanta Hawks, Houston Rockets, Boston Red Sox, St. Louis Cardinals, Cincinnati Reds, Portland Trailblazers, the Cleveland Indians, Cleveland Guardians, sorry, Philadelphia Phillies, Los Angeles Clippers, New Jersey Devils, Philadelphia 76ers, and Chicago Bulls are a few of their favorite clubs, probably because their colors are red.
All red, yep.
Right. At least most of them have red in them, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the Cardinals, those are red. I'm trying to say, I thought Trailblazers, isn't their colors green and yellow?
They might have been like some hints of red at the time, but who knows?
Could be. I could be completely wrong, too, because I
mean, the Indians are blue and red.
Not a big sports guy.
Yeah.
The most commonly used blood symbol include the number 5, the 5-pointed star, and the 5-pointed crowned. Crowned? Crowned.
Yeah, it's crowned.
Crown.
You got crowned.
Despite common misconception, Bloods are not a people nation, with the exception of a few, but they will, however, tie flags with the people for defense or mutually, such as how the Crips and BGDs consider themselves cousins. You guys getting this? Because holy shit.
A lot.
There's a lot. These symbols may be seen in the tattoos, jewelry, and clothing that gang members wear, as well as in gang graffiti, which is used by the Bloods to mark their territory. Such graffiti can include gang names, nicknames, declaration of loyalty, threats against rival gangs, or a description of criminal acts in which the gang has been involved. Why would you make graffiti out of that?
We didn't say they were smart. I mean,
you know what I mean? Like,
yeah. I killed George Jefferson III on 4th of May, 1772 at this time. Like, okay.
Man, you a lie. You ain't that old. So Bloods graffiti might also include the word Piru, which refers to the fact that the first known Bloods gang was formed by individuals from Piru Street in Compton, California. And remember, we were talking about that. Mm-hmm. That's probably how the whole thing started, right?
More than likely.
Man, it's exhausting.
Oh, it's going to get even worse.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah.
That's fun. So go ahead and talk for a second.
Go ahead and drink up there, because this next one is going to be, he's going for a long one there.
That's good.
That's good?
It's good.
Oh, you know what you're missing? Is a little bit of lime juice, salt, and not spilling it on your lap again.
Yeah, that last time was rough. I think it's all over the floor still. I'm not even joking. Yeah, it's sticky over there. That's what happens. Don't put salt directly into your drink when it's full.
Yeah, correct.
Drink some first.
No, that's a little bit.
Your beer.
Your beer.
If you're going to have yourself a magabira.
A magabira.
Right. And that's, we're going to claim that.
We are 100% coining that term.
That's right. That's
we get royalties off that?
That's property, Ricky Bobby Inc. No, we don't get royalties off that. No.
Damn, that sucks. We're totally allowed to get... you known as the Margabira guy? Oh, yeah.
I mean, we can.
Let's do it.
And if anyone else uses that term,
You're right.
know, it's like, who was the chick, what was her name? Paris Hilton that, tried to get hot. The word hot. That's hot.
Really?
She tried to get it trademarked.
Really?
I don't know if she did or not, but I know she was trying to.
I know, Tiffany or the company or whatever trademarked their own color. You can't have that color at all with the name Tiffany or whatever on it.
Tiffany blue.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's expensive color.
They do that a lot. We talked about it on Icons. What's his name? Beyonce's husband, Jay-Z.
Yeah, Jay-Z. Yeah.
He got his own color. He had his own color made, remember?
Right. Yeah.
For his, I don't know what vehicle he had. Probably some $1 million Mercedes or whatever.
Probably.
But anyway. It's all right. So now we're leaving the United States.
Oh, we are?
Yes.
Oh.
And we're going to talk about the Yakuza.
The jacuzzis?
Yakuza.
I was going to say my really bad joke again, but it's fine.
No, you have to.
Oh, you don't remember the joke?
Nope.
I got the term jacuzzi and yakuza confused, so now I'm in the hot water with the Japanese mafia.
It's pretty funny.
It is pretty fucking hilarious.
That is funny. I did hear one the other day. What do you call an Asian guy with a camera? Filming.
Stupid.
And by the way, that was an Asian guy that told me that joke. So, yeah. Anyway, so the Yakuza. During the, Tokugawa shogunate from 1603 to 1868. Damn, that's a long time. Two distinct groups of outcasts gave rise to the Yakuza. The Takiya were the first of such groups. They were nomadic peddlers who moved from village to village, selling cheap things at fairs and markets. Okay, many Takiya belonged to the Burukamen social class, which was essentially underneath the four-tiered Japanese feudal social order and consisted of misfits or non-humans. So people that were looked down, right?
Correct.
Like your lower rang of society.
Correct.
The Takiya started forming close-knit gangs in the early 1700s under the direction of bosses and underbosses. The Takiya began to engage in customary organized crime operations, including turf battles and protection rackets after being strengthened by fugitives from the upper classes. In the 1700s, they're doing this. In keeping with the long-standing tradition, Takiya frequently provided security for Shinto festivals and, in exchange for payment for protection, assigned stalls at the associated fairs. Okay, so they're there to protect.
Right.
Between 1735 and 1749, the shogun's government appointed Oyaban, or officially recognized leaders, in an effort to quell gang conflicts among various Takiya factions and lessen the amount of fraud they actually engaged in. You got this? Yeah?
Yeah.
The Oyaban was given the privilege of using a surname and carrying a sword, which was previously reserved for samurai.
Ooh.
The term Oyaban, which refers to the bosses' roles as the leaders of the Takiya families, literally means foster parent. Okay? So the Bakuta, Bakuto? Yes. Or gamblers were the second social group that gave rise to the Yakuza. During the Tokugawa era, gambling was outright prohibited and is still outlawed in Japan today. Oh, so there's no gambling allowed in Japan at all, huh?
I guess not, yeah.
That's crazy. So the Bakuta hit the highways and preyed on gullible, people walking by, using Hanafuda card games or dice games. So they probably bring somebody in like, hey man, you want to play a game?
Right.
And they'd sit there and roll some dice and then take all their shit.
All of it.
All their shit. They frequently adorned their bodies with vibrant tattoos, which gave rise to the practice of full-body tattooing among modern Yakuza. And if you've seen any movies out there or whatnot with a Yakuza in it, usually they've got huge back pieces, or they're fully covered.
Yeah, head to toe.
It's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
I mean,
the artwork
is awesome, yes. Yeah. The Bakuda naturally expanded from their primary line of work as gamblers into lending, shady business, and other illicit pursuits. Depending on how they make their majority of their money, certain Yakuza groups may still refer to themselves as Tekaya or Bakuto. They still use the rites that were a component of the initiation ceremonies of the older generations. Yakuza gangs have seen a rise in prominence since the end of World War II, following a decline during the conflict. More than 102,000 Yakuza members in 2,500 different families. My God. And we thought the other ones were big.
Yeah.
Holy, and Japan's not that big. What?
Yeah, that's a lot of people.
They were reported to be employed in Japan and overseas by the Japanese government in 2007. Despite the Berkomen being officially exempt from discrimination since 1861, many gang members today are descended from the marginalized group. Others are ethnic Koreans who are also subjected to a great deal of prejudice in Japan society. Yeah, they don't really like the Koreans, do they?
No, they really don't like a lot of the outsiders back in the day.
It's messed up.
Yeah.
The distinctive characteristics of modern Yakuza culture bear traces of the gang's antecedents. Okay? For instance, a large number of Yakuza have full-body tattoos, like we mentioned, that were applied with conventional bamboo or steel needles as opposed to actual tattoo machines.
Right.
So in other words, it's a piece of bamboo, it's got a little needle on the end, and they dip, tap, dip, tap, dip, tap, 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 dip, tap, dip, tap, dip, tap, 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 dip, tap, dip, tap, dip, tap, 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 dip, tap, dip. No? Okay.
I was enjoying it. This would be another 8 hours of tattooing here, but I was enjoying it.
So that's how they did it. I really want a traditional style Japanese tattoo.
Like the Polynesian style tattoos and stuff.
I really want to do that. Yeah. I don't know if I have that kind of time in my life.
Yeah, that's an entire day just to get a small arm piece.
But they're beautiful, man, when they're done right.
Oh, yeah.
God, they're so cool. So anyway, yeah, that's how they did it. Even genitalia may be tattooed, which is obviously unpleasant, I would imagine.
You think?
Yeah.
You don't think it's an aphrodisiac?
For whom?
I don't know, and I don't want to be on either end of that.
Here's the thing. Yeah. First of all, I have a story, and second of all, I have a question. Which one do you want first?
The question.
The question. Have you ever zipped yourself up in your jeans as a little kid or anything?
Still to this day. Yep.
Hurts, don't it?
A little bit.
Okay, imagine getting a tattoo.
Mm-mm.
Okay. Story.
Uh-oh.
I was in L.A.
Okay.
And we were hanging out.
Okay.
Okay. And we went to a tattoo parlor. Because I needed new, I think, hoops for my lips, because I used to have both sides of my bottom lip pierced.
Gotcha.
And we go in, and there's a guy, an older guy, sitting there, pretty rough-looking dude, looks like a biker guy, got a gray hair, gray beard, whatever. And he was talking about that he had a tattoo.
Nice.
And the guy that was working there was like, yeah, I tattooed it for him.
Oh, even better.
Oh, that's cool. And he said, yeah, I got a $100 bill tattooed on my dick. And we're like, okay. He was like, yeah, so if my wife wants to blow $100, she doesn't have to leave the house.
That's fucking great.
Yeah. That happened.
Wow, that's pretty freaking epic.
The thing is,
nah, man,
I believed him.
Yeah, I bet.
I believed he had that. And I believed him.
You didn't want proof?
Nope.
Oh.
I was good. Yep. Wouldn't do it. Anyway, although the Yakuza typically wear long sleeves in public, okay, the Yakuza members frequently take their shirts off while playing cards with one another and show off their body art as a reference to the Bakuto customs, which is super cool.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
The practice of, yubitasume, or cutting off a little finger's joint, okay, is another aspect of Yakuza culture, and you may or may not have seen a movie or a TV show where this happens. When a Yakuza member disobeys or otherwise offends his boss, he will perform a yubutaseme as an apology. The offender provides the boss with the top point of his left pinky finger, which he has amputated himself. Subsequent offenses result in the loss of other finger joints. So if you fuck up, you got to chop your own tip of your finger off.
Yeah, I'm good.
Yeah, I'm good. Yeah, I like the tattoos, but I'm not cutting a finger off.
Nope.
Sorry.
Nope.
So the practice dates back to the Tokugawa era. The gangster's sword grip is weakened, of course, by the loss of finger joints, theoretically making him more reliant on the group as a whole for defense. So if he doesn't have all his fingers, he's not as strong and he needs the family.
Right.
Which is an amazing concept in theory.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
In theory, it's amazing. But I'm not cutting any fingers off.
Nah, I'm good.
Yeah. To blend in, many Yakuza members wear prosthetic fingertips today. The three biggest Yakuza organizations currently in existence are the Somayoshi Kai, which started in Osaka and has about 20,000 members, the Yamaguchi Gumi, centered in Kobe with 15,000 members, and the Inagawa Kai, located in Tokyo and Yokohama with 20,000 members. And I just have to... I nailed all that.
You did.
That's all I'm saying.
You did.
That's all I'm saying.
I thought you were going to kind of choke up there on the Yamaguchi Gumi.
I just wanted to get past it. You know what I mean? I saw the finish line, and I wanted to keep going.
I'm proud you crossed that line, man.
Yeah.
You did a good job.
Thanks. So the gangs engage in illegal activities such as the trafficking of people and goods, the exportation of weapons, and the smuggling of illegal drugs. They do, however, also own a sizable amount of stock in well-established companies, and some of them are well connected to the Japanese financial, banking, and real estate industries. I mean, why wouldn't you be?
Right.
You know, do the bad shit to get your money, and then use it for like real shit, like straight shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Go straight with that money.
Right.
I mean, obviously you can keep your side shit, your side hustle going.
Allegedly.
But I mean, allegedly. Like, please don't kill me. Just saying. So it's interesting that the Yamaguchi Gumi, which, oh man, that name, were the first to assist victims in the gang's hometown after the tragic Kobe earthquake of January 17th of 1995. Okay, so they jumped up to help. Similar, to this whole thing, many Yakuza organizations delivered truckloads of goods to the affected area following the earthquake and tsunami of 2011. The Yakuza also has the strange benefit of suppressing small-time criminals, because small fry thieves don't intrude on Yakuza's, their turf in Kobe and Osaka. With their strong Yakuza syndicates, they're among the safest cities in the overall country, because basically the Yakuza says what goes down.
Right.
So you're not going to have some little punk bum going on.
Nope. Because
you're going to have to deal with the Yakuza.
Right.
And I actually kind of love that.
I think it's actually a somewhat brilliant idea. I think it's almost kind of like we should always have a well-armed and properly trained militia, right?
Yep.
Okay. Anyways.
The Japanese government has clamped down on the gangs in recent decades, despite these unexpected social benefits of the Yakuza. A strong new anti-racketeering law known as the Act for Prevention of Unlawful Activities by Criminal Gang Members, which is pretty much RICO, was passed in March of 1995. All of the listed businesses with ties to the Yakuza were removed from the Osaka Securities Exchange in 2008. Oh, shit. They were like, oh, guess what? You're gone. Yakuza bosses have been detained by authorities since 2009, and businesses that support the gangs have been closed down. Even though the police are currently working very hard to quell Yakuza activities in Japan, it appears improbable that the syndicate would completely vanish. Obviously, it's been around since freaking forever. After all, they have endured more than 300 years and are intricately linked to many facets of Japanese society and culture. I mean, they really are.
Yeah, they're big.
It's just... I don't know, like, okay, when you watch movies and stuff like that, and TV shows and things like that, the word Yakuza immediately instills a sense of, oh, shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, they're part of the Yakuza. Uh-oh. You know what I mean? Like, uh-oh. It's to me, it's bigger than the Mafia.
Oh, I mean,
they are
technically
bigger as far as their numbers.
Been around longer.
But I'm just saying, like, I'm here.
Right.
I'm not in Japan.
Right.
But if I still hear Yakuza, I'm like,
I know that's the main reason why I played the game, the Yakuza.
What?
It's an actual game. It's like kind of like the Midnight, whatever they call that. It's
What just happened?
I'm blanking on the damn name.
Welcome.
Yes.
Yes.
I want to say it's called the Yakuza. Is the actual game itself? It's a whole franchise. I think it's like 3 games. It's like came out like the PlayStation 2, I think.
And it's called Yakuza?
Yeah.
Yakuza.
And that was all about, being in the Japanese mob.
The Japanese mob.
Yeah.
I guess that's technically what they are, right?
Pretty much, yeah.
I mean, that's kind of what it is.
It's where they're
Right.
at and been for the last 300 years.
I mean, it's pretty badass. I'm not gonna lie, and I'm not like, you know, the illegal stuff is not cool, but the fact that like if you had in your town, say, somebody that was like, yeah, they did some shady shit from time to time, but because of that shady shit, other people wouldn't fuck around and find out. Wouldn't that make you feel better?
I mean, we do live in the United States, don't we?
Yeah.
Who fucks with the United States?
Everybody.
Do they, though?
I mean, you know what I'm saying, though.
I know.
Right? You know what I'm talking about. Like, I'm just saying, like, I think it'd be kind of cool.
Yeah, it would.
And again, not cool. I don't want to say cool as far as, like, what they're doing. I'm just saying if they happen to be doing some things that maybe the greater good. Let's talk about, again, the greater good.
Greater good.
Okay?
Always
If they're doing some, does the good outweigh the bad?
Right.
You know?
Mm-hmm.
Like, yeah, okay.
Get the little cream at the top.
They
you know.
sell some drugs and stuff, and I know a lot of people out there are like, oh, drugs, and some people think that they should be legal and that, you know, whatever. And I'm not going to say that I think that they should be legal, allegedly, but anyway, I just think that there's so many people in jail for shit like that, which is just fucking infuriating to me.
Yeah, a little bit.
And not getting in on that soapbox. Not going to do it.
Nope. This is a family podcast.
That's right. This is a fucking family podcast. I mean, we're family.
Exactly.
So it is a family podcast.
Exactly.
So anyway, Logan.
Yes.
You have a plethora more in here.
Oh my God! I told you I have so much stuff.
However, I think I'm going to bypass some.
Okay.
If that's all right with you.
Yeah.
Just because
I left out a couple of pretty big hitters.
I don't think anybody wants to listen to 3 hours of me fucking up words. So I'm just going to go to the one that we talked about earlier.
Oh, the big boy, huh?
Yeah. Well, one of these, and I'm not going to say what it was, one of these actually scares me. And so we're not going to talk about that one.
Not the Yakuza?
Not the Yakuza.
No.
The Yakuza, I'm actually kind of like, again, not condoning.
Like, kind of like wowed, you know? Like,
but it's super cool to me. It is. It's super cool.
Think
just like the Mafia. The Mafia used to do the same thing, man.
And I didn't want to make this episode 6.5 hours long because they already have a gangland production of all that stuff. But anyways.
Correct.
If you actually go in and like read and learn about a lot of the cultures and the rules and the policies and all this like stuff that the Yakuza have started, do, and make sure everyone else kind of does.
Right.
Some of them are actually like kind of interesting.
Well, I mean, the same thing with the Mafia.
Yeah.
You know, again, what you said earlier.
Right.
They pretty much, I mean, if you do good for the community, that's why, like, even, what's his name? The guy from in Mexico. The big... damn it, I can't think of his fucking name. The guy who we arrested, and he freaking, like, his home had, like, tunnels underneath and shit like that. Why can't I think of the guy's name?
Oh, I know who you're talking about.
Basically, the guy down there. The kingpin down there.
Yeah.
Everybody there loved him because he did so much for the community. Yeah, he was, like, one of the biggest drug dealers in all of history.
Right.
But he did so much for his community and stuff. So, like, they revered him. They looked at him like, oh, my God. Like, this guy is
like,
just...
kind of like a god almost.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
like Roger in American Dad when he was in Honduras.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't know what that means.
You never saw that episode?
Uh-uh.
Oh, my God. It's literally that.
Oh, really?
Roger, who's the kingpin in Honduras.
Yeah, if we decriminalize that stuff, think about this too, folks. If we decriminalized, drugs, there'd be a lot less people in prison.
Agreed.
There'd be also a lot less violence.
Agreed.
Because then at that point, you don't have all these nefarious people trying to do things under the radar of the law.
Right. Now they just do it above the law.
Right. You do it legally.
Yeah.
You know?
Like capitalistic monarchies and all that stuff.
I say if the government can get a hold of their fair share, then I'm sure they'll jump on board. I mean, weed's legal in a lot of states. Just saying. And they're making a shit ton of money. Colorado made like what, 20 billion or something their first year.
That's ridiculous.
On just weed sales.
And that is so marked up, dude.
Yeah.
So marked up.
But think about it though. But then now you don't have all these people going to jail for no fucking reason because you had weed.
Saving taxpayers money because they're not housing inmates for petty crimes, I guess you would call it at that point.
And it's so dumb. And if you guys, and one of these days, maybe we'll go through and we'll do like an actual episode about how
some laws are stupid.
Well, no, not yeah, but how the whole anti-drug movement actually started.
Yeah,
and how it began as more of a. There's a lot to it. There's really a lot to it.
There's a lot, and Switchfoot plays the entire time. Were we doing that the entire episode? Was that Switchfoot in the background?
Why would Switchfoot?
Dare you to move? Get it? Because dare. drugs.
Jesus, that was a far one.
That was deep.
Wow.
Gotcha.
Wow. Do you feel good about that one?
No. No.
Jesus. And again, we're not condoning the actions, the negative actions like murder and stuff like that. We're not condoning any of that. But what I'm saying is that if you have somebody in your community, and I would love to hear from the listeners for sure.
Yeah.
Like, let us know. Like, if you had someone in your community that you knew was kind of shady.
Yeah.
And maybe you do have someone in your community right now. But if they were kind of shady, but they did a fuck ton of good.
Yeah.
Are you okay with that? And does that make that okay?
I mean, for the greater good.
Right. Well, talking about the greater good, we're going to go our last one we're going to talk about, and it's the exact opposite of that. Yeah, it's the Mara Salvatrucha.
What? Oh, I'm sorry, one more time?
Mara Salvatrucha?
Sure.
Or the MS-13. These guys, not so much.
Motherfuckers.
So the MS-13, pretty much a ruthless, inhumane street gang. As many as 40 states in the United States are now home to MS-13 members who commit murder, rape, maiming, and terror. Legendary tales exist of their heinous crimes. And yeah, everything I've ever read, watched, listened to on these guys, bad news.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm glad this is on the end because it's kind of like that. Hey, these guys did some good, and then there's these guys.
And then there's these fucktards, yeah.
So no one can test the veracity of these statements. So MS-13, like many street gangs, actually take pride in their image here. Mm-hmm. The U.S. Department of Justice claims that the group's motto is, and ready for this, quote, kill, rape, control.
Yeah.
That's a gang walking around.
Their motto.
That's their motto. Oh, boy. So if you believe President Donald Trump and others, or former President Donald Trump, America's broken immigration system is to blame for MS-13. The belief is that the U.S. will be a lot safer if it can stop MS-13 gang members from committing all of their mayhem, deport them, and stop them from crossing the border. Okay? Obviously, it's not how things really work.
Nope.
Yeah, not exactly how it works, but that's what some people want you to believe.
Right.
Okay. So, quote, attention to gangs is valid. About 13% of the homicides in this country are gang-related. That's far more homicides than from mass shootings or terrorism. Okay? Think about that.
Yeah.
This is from David Pyruz, a sociologist of the University of Colorado who specializes in gangs and criminal networks. Quote, but let's remember this. The maximum number of homicides associated with MS-13 in a given year, gang-related homicides, is about 2% of the total gang-related homicides in the United States. That is, I hate to use this language, but that is in many ways a drop in the bucket when it comes to gang activity. It's his words.
Right.
So think about that.
13%.
If 13% of all homicides happen from gangs, and 2% of that 13...
Here's what I found.
Stop it! My watch just said, here's what I found. Anyway, but if 2% of that 13 is one gang...
That's pretty substantial.
And it's more than mass shootings or terrorism.
Yeah.
Just let that sink in for a second.
Yeah.
These are bad dudes.
Yeah, a little bit, yeah.
Bad. So, quote, MS-13 is sort of the perfect boogeyman. Pyruz, this guy, goes on to say. They are the moral panic, the connection to immigration, the connection to Latinos, and then the heinous violence makes it so that they can function as this evil boogeyman. It's frequently forgotten in discussions of MS-13 that the organization didn't start out in Latin America and then just stormed the border to wreak havoc in the American way of life. The gang was founded in the United States in the 1970s. El Salvadoran immigrants went to Los Angeles in an effort to escape a devastating civil conflict. There, they lived in areas of the city that were already under the influence of, other gangs.
Right.
I mean, you're talking about Los Angeles, so Crips, Bloods, they're all popping up in there.
A lot of them, yeah.
They smoke marijuana, whatever, and they listen to heavy metal music. Did not see that coming.
Can you I'm sorry, but can you imagine, just seeing somebody, just in, a low rider, just popping the front up.
Got the switches.
And you got kill switch
Got the
engage
switches.
going on in the background.
And and it's just rolling down the street.
Apart from everything else that this is related to, I kind of want to see that.
Yeah, I'm in.
Yeah.
So the MS-13 was created when the newcomers came together to socialize and to defend themselves from other groups, other gangs, right? A brief explanation of the group's name is as follows. In El Salvador, the word for gang is mara. Here is an explanation of Salvatrucha and the subsequent 13. Okay, this is from the Department of Justice. So Salvatrucha is a slang term for alert or watch out or cunning. And it combines the term salva, which stands for Salvadoran, and truca. Okay, the 13 stands for the 13th letter of the alphabet, or M, signifying the group's ties to the Mexican Mafia, an organization that operates inside the prisons. Okay, so that's where this all comes from. So that's why if you ever see, like, if anyone has a 13, like, tattooed, like, on their face, or, like, an M tattooed on, like, the back of their head, just don't mess with those people. Don't do that, please. And that has been your public service announcement. So police started to crack down as the new gang confronted more established organizations in Los Angeles and linked up with other gangs, including the Mexican Mafia, deporting some members to El Salvador, where civil instability remained, steadily going. However, some of those MS-13 members returned to the U.S. in the 1980s, and others from El Salvador actually joined them. However, it seemed unlikely that there was a premeditated influx of gang members from Latin America into the country. So in other words, everyone kind of blames them for being like a Latin American gang.
Right.
And in reality, they started right here.
Right.
Fucking what?
Yeah.
Quote, criminal migration is real, according to MS-13 in the Americas, how the world's most notorious gang defies logic, resists destruction.
That's a title of a book.
Why?
It's a report.
Why?
I don't understand.
It's a report by the Center for Latin American and Latino Studies at American University in Washington, D.C., and Insight Crime, a foundation that studies organized crime in Latin America and the Caribbean. Quote, but this does not appear to be a part of a master plan, nor is it coordinated from some central headquarters. Gang members appear to move in the same patterns as the rest of the population, and many of them move to escape the gang and the violence associated with it. So wait a minute, you're the leader, and you're like, nah, man, it's too much for me. I can't do this. But didn't you used to do that? No, it's way worse. This is not what I signed up for, man. I'm out. So currently, MS-13 claims to have they have 10,000 members in the U.S. and 30,000 members worldwide. Thus, it ranks among the largest gangs in the entire world. The group is the first and only street gang to be listed as a global criminal organization by the American government. Despite its size, MS-13 does not have a particularly significant criminal presence in the United States when compared to the total number of gang members in the nation. The National Gang Intelligence Center estimates that there are 1.4 million gang members nationally, and MS-13 is just one of the 33,000 gangs that the FBI has identified. And remember, 2% of crime. 2%. Yeah. Murders. Homicides.
That's a lot.
That's... What?
Yeah. That's a lot.
So what's interesting about them, what makes them, or quote, what's interesting about them and what makes them different from other groups, partly in response to what the president has been tweeting and talking about them. That's hilarious with the tweeting part. Former president, by the way, this is a quote. Anyway, Pyru says, he goes on to say, quote, we can't think of an example in recent history of a single group that has attracted such attention on a national level. According to news reports and those who have investigated the MS-13 gang, its members engage in money laundering, prostitution, drug trafficking, racketeering, and, of course, other illegal bullshit. They are extremely brutal in how they do their street business. The group has been implicated in numerous violent assaults, kidnappings, rapes, and most infamously, some really bad murders. Quote, gang violence is far more lethal than what it was 4 or 5 decades ago. This is Pyru also talking about, the guy who wrote that paper. Okay, so this is from MS-13 in the Americas. Quote, violence is a major part of the glue that binds the MS-13. It is part of every stage of an MS-13's members' lives. Potential members commit violent acts to be considered for membership and ultimately to gain entry. They are then beaten into the gang in a ritual that has left more than one permanently scarred. They move up the gang ladder by putting in the work, quote, by that, and showing, quote, commitment. Euphemisms for committing violent acts in the name of the gang. So imagine everything you know or everything you've ever thought about when it comes to like gangs, street gangs, Crips, Bloods, whatever it is. Take all of that, and whatever the worst part about that is, that's these guys.
And worse.
Yeah. It's absolutely ridiculous. I actually watched a documentary about these guys, and it's bad.
Yeah, they're...
Yeah.
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 Definitely beer worthy.
Yeah.
Actually.
So according to the Washington Post, up to 10 MS-13 members lured a guy, this is bad, into a park in Maryland in 2017 before stabbing him more than 100 times, beheading him, and taking out his heart. In vengeance for her boyfriend's murder, an 18-year-old Virginia lady admitted to taking part in the killing of a 15-year-old girl. The 18-year-old killed the younger girl by stabbing her 13 times and recorded it to show the other MS-13 leaders. What the fuck? Ugh. We talk a lot about a lot of crazy shit here. That's crazy. So, quote, it's hard to say that the attention is not undue or not deserved, Peru says. Quote, but it's hard to be able to focus specifically on them, on MS-13, without paying more attention to what the problem of gang activity in the United States is as a whole. That is insane.
Yeah. There's a lot worse stories, but we only had so much time.
Yeah. This has been a long one, and we took out a lot today.
Yeah. Yeah.
To be honest, this could have been a 2-part episode.
For sure.
Yeah. It could have been. And maybe it will be.
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe next week you'll be like, part 2, where'd that come from? Oh my God. These gangs are insane.
Yeah.
Don't join a gang.
Please
don't do that.
And now, boys and girls, it's your favorite part of the show, the movie review. Which top 10 movies will make the cut today?
All right. So in the movies. No, hold on. You know what? Before we start this.
Yeah.
I want to know, do you guys like the movies section that we do at the end of this? If you guys like usually pause it or turn it off by this time, which means you probably aren't hearing me say this, but if you do and you're not into the movies thing, let us know. We want to know. Or do you like us talking about the movies?
Maybe something to add to your watch list.
Yeah, I want to know. I want to know. I want to know what you guys think about this. You know what I mean? Because every now and then, I like to watch a movie. Okay? No. Okay. All right, so this is 25 of the best gang movies, according to IMDb. Number 25, West Side Story. Okay, we're going to play a game. Every time Logan has seen one of these movies, and you have to be 100% honest with me.
Okay.
We take a drink.
How about we just...
No, opposite.
Yeah.
Every time you have it.
I haven't seen you need more beer.
Yeah. Okay, so West Side Story.
I've heard of it. I thought it was a play on Broadway.
It was.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, of course, 2 youngsters from rival New York City and their gangs fall in love, but tensions between their respective friends build toward tragedy. You guys know what West Side Story is. From 1961, 7.6 stars. It's got an 86 Metascore, and one of these days I'm going to learn what that means.
It means Meta approves.
What?
Facebook.
Oh, boy. No, this was before Meta changed it.
Yeah.
So it's got, let's see, it grossed $43.66 million.
Wow.
It's pretty good. Nice. Number 24 here, 1979's The Warriors. Yes. Warriors.
Take a drink.
Come out and play. Really?
Yeah,
Never seen The Warriors? Oh, man. A street gang known as the Warriors must fight their way from Brooklyn to their home turf on Coney Island when they are falsely accused of assassinating a respected gang leader.
Oh, snap.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome. It's a great movie. You guys have seen this one, right? Not you. Hold on. I got to take a drink.
Yeah, you got to take a drink, yeah.
Mm-hmm. It grossed $22.49 million. It is awesome.
Yeah.
It's pretty awesome, especially for like 1979.
I mean, the story sounds pretty cool.
Yeah, it's
and
great.
the little quote you said, I've heard that quote, so.
Yeah, like so many like bands and stuff have used that. So,
yeah.
Number 23, Jake Gyllenhaal.
Jake Gyllenhaal.
Is it Gyllen?
Don't be disregarding his last name. You're going to make Riley upset.
Man, all right. my bad. Is it Gyllenhaal?
I have no idea.
Oh, I thought it was Gyllenhaal.
Never met the guy,
whatever.
So who knows?
Yeah, whatever. If he's listening, sorry.
And if he's listening, hey.
So this is End of Watch from 2012, 7.6 stars, and
I have seen this.
You have seen this.
It's actually a really good movie.
Look at you.
23 is kind of interesting on here. And I'm actually more interested that there's another movie that I don't think you've seen that is actually really good. It's got Shia LaBeouf in it.
LaBeouf?
Yeah, it's called like The Tax Collector or The Collector or something like that.
I haven't seen that. That's where he got all the tattoos for, right?
He's a fucking badass in that movie.
Yeah, I haven't seen it. You've seen that one?
It's a fucking good movie, man.
Oh, okay.
It's a fucking good movie.
So this is shot documentary style. This film follows the daily grind of two young police officers in L.A. who are partners and friends, and what happens when they meet criminal forces greater than themselves.
It's just weird seeing the dude from Ant-Man play a serious role.
Yeah, I know.
It is.
He was in Devil, too.
That's right. He was in Devil.
He was in, did you hear my throat? Just
yeah.
Did you guys hear that? I'm not going to edit that out either. My throat was like...
Fucking love Devil, though, by the way. I've seen that movie so many times.
Yeah, but he was in that. Yeah.
I completely forgot about that.
So that's good. Grossed $41 million U.S. doll hairs. Number 22. Number 22.
Cthulhu?
Number 22 from 2002. Gangs in New York. I was just talking about this earlier.
Yeah, that's a long movie, dude.
It's so good.
167 minutes.
Oh, it's so good. In 1862, Amsterdam Valen returns to the 5 Points or area of New York City seeking revenge against Bill the Butcher, his father's killer.
Ooh.
$77.81 million. 7.5 stars on this motherfucker. And it's just awesome. Seriously, it's so good. It's got Cameron Diaz in it.
Oh, snap.
She actually plays a... So, okay.
She Charlie's Angel?
There is some historic relevance to it.
What, she plays or just the movie in general?
The movie in general.
Okay.
She plays an actual, like, a person that was kind of... And so Bill the Butcher was actually somebody from historic, like, whatever. But they take some
guts.
No, the producers, they took a little bit of...
Ajou.
Correct.
Gotcha.
You son of a bitch. Anyway, they took some, it was historical, but they took a little bit of their own little approach to it.
They add their own little twist to
Correct.
things.
So, yeah, it's good. It's good. It 7.5 stars, 77.81 million doll hairs. Yeah, Daniel Day-Lewis is the guy who plays Bill the Butcher.
Oh.
It's pretty badass. Number 21, Boys in the Hood, 1991. You seen this?
Yeah.
You have?
Yeah,
Okay.
I've seen
I was
Boys in
about
the
to
Hood.
drink. Okay.
Yeah, I've seen it.
So it follows the lives of three young males living in the Crenshaw ghetto of Los Angeles, dissecting questions of race, relationships, violence, and future prospects. $57.50 million.
That's crazy.
Cuba Gooding Jr., right?
Yeah.
Lawrence Fishburne, who was
That name sounds so fucking familiar.
Morpheus, dude. Come on.
I'm not good with names.
Catch up, Mustard.
I only know yours because it's 3 letters. And it's the dad part, not the other.
I was about to say dad, right? Yeah, it's the same frontward and backward. Yeah. Great movie. I remember seeing this like when I was a kid and watching it over and over again, and it's just awesome. Ice Cube's in this, by the way.
Yeah, it's almost as good as what is it called? From Zero to Hero, Vanilla Ice's movie. Almost as good as that. Come on.
Is that a movie?
You've never seen Vanilla Ice's movie? I want to say it's called From Zero to Hero.
No, it's not. You talking about the one where he's on his motorcycle?
Yeah.
No, it's not called
was
that.
it called like Ice or something like that?
I think it's called Cool as Ice.
It might be as cool as Ice. Yeah. But I know that's the quote in that movie. That's like the last thing he says when he's walking out when talking to this chick's dude and was like, drop to 0 and get with the hero. Yeah.
Oh, boy. Oh, my God.
My mom was a big fan of Vanilla Ice.
Yeah. Oh, my God. It makes my head hurt. Okay, moving on. Yeah, anyway, great movie, Boys in the Hood. It's awesome. It's pretty sad, too. Whatever. So, number 20, The Untouchables.
No.
All right.
Never even heard of it.
I'm going to drink. You guys should drink, too. So, You've never heard of it?
Never heard of The Untouchables.
Elliot Ness, baby. So during the era of prohibition in the United States, federal agent Elliot Ness sets out to stop ruthless Chicago gangster Al Capone and, because of rampant corruption, assembles a small, hand-picked team to help him. Yeah, it's Kevin Costner, Sean Connery, Robert De Niro. I mean, it's great.
It's like two of the guys that we make, I love it. Sean Connery, Robert De Niro.
Here's my imitation of Kevin Costner. You ready? You ready?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, here it is. That's my imitation. Did you like it?
I don't know.
It's like paint drying is what that was.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
But yeah, it's got Robert De Niro in it, man. It's cool. It's a good movie.
Yeah.
So 76 points, $27 million, 7.9 stars. Yeah, it's good. You need to watch that. Love this next one, 19, The Outsiders from 1983. God, I love this. It's got a young Ralph Macchio, a young Matt Dillon, a young Patrick Swayze, a young Tom Cruise. Like, it's awesome.
I want to say I've seen this movie because it sounds so familiar, and I know the whole lineup of the cast, but I don't remember what the plot of the movie was.
Okay, well, this says, hold on, I'm getting my voice. The rivalry between two gangs, the poor greasers and the rich socks, only heats up when one gang member kills a member of the other. So basically, yeah, there's the socias, and it's socias, by the way. I don't know why it's spelled socks. I said socks. So it's the socias, which are the preppy kids, and then the greasers, who are the greasers.
Yeah.
Dirty kids that came from the other side of the tracks or whatever. Right. And one of them, Ralph Macchio, if I'm not mistaken, actually accidentally kills one of the guys because he's like, they're trying to like beat up one dude, like one of his buddies, and so he comes over and just, and then goes on the run. Or was that C. Thomas Howell? No, they were beating up Ralph Macchio. Damn it, I don't remember. I haven't seen it in so long.
Yeah.
It's a great movie.
It's
It's
PG
so
movie.
good.
That's crazy.
It is amazing.
Wow.
$25.60 million, 7.1 stars. Oh. Seriously, it's so good.
They shall have to rewatch.
Yeah, rewatch. You said you did. Now you may have read the book. There was a book.
I think that's what it was. Okay. That's why it sounds so freaking familiar.
It's awesome.
Yeah.
Oh my God, love this one too.
It's a great movie.
Guy Ritchie, number 18, Lock, Stock, and Two Smoking Barrels, baby. Oh
yeah.
my God, I love those movies.
Never seen it.
Hold on a second. Okay. 8.2 stars. Eddie persuades his three pals to pool money for a vital poker game against a powerful local mobster, Hatchet Harry. Eddie loses, after which Harry gives him a week to pay back £500,000. It's got Jason Statham. It's got Bullet to Tony in it.
Yes. Or the Sphinx from Gone in 60 Seconds.
You only have one reference to anything ever. We've got to change that.
What do you mean?
That's all you have.
Is Gone in 60 Seconds?
That's it. That's all you got.
For him.
We got no. Everything.
For everything.
We got to fix that.
Okay.
It's amazing. It's so good. So you've seen Snatched.
Of course.
So this was the precursor
Bullet
to Snatch.
Oh.
It was a totally different stories.
Wait, really?
Yeah, two totally different storylines. But Guy Ritchie did both of them.
Oh.
Yeah. It says it grossed $3.9 million, which is hard to believe because I fucking love that movie. Number 17, Training Day from 2001. Of course, Denzel. Denzel.
Oh, yeah.
This is the one where he's got the meme of my word I can't say. Right?
Yeah.
7.7 stars. A rookie cop spends his first day as a Los Angeles narcotics officer with a rogue detective who isn't what he appears to be.
Yeah.
$76.63 million. Have you seen this?
I've seen the last 45 minutes of the movie.
So do I take like half a drink?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, my mom was watching.
I'm going to be fucked up by the end of this.
I told you need more beer.
Jesus.
A lot of movies they ain't seen, man.
Number 16, Internal Affairs from 2002. I don't think this is the normal Internal Affairs
That's
movie.
Infernal.
Oh, it is Infernal. That's called being old. And you're welcome. Infernal Affairs from 2002, 8 stars. Why is this higher than the rest of these?
It must be a really freaking... Probably because it's about the Yakuza.
It's got 124 million. What?
Looks like we're going to have to watch the movie.
It grossed $0.17 million.
But it was rated higher than the rest because it was just that damn good that it didn't need to make money.
All right. A story between a mole in the police department and an undercover cop. Their objectives are the same: to find out who is the mole and who is the cop. Obviously, it's a Japanese movie,
Yeah,
right?
something like that,
I would
yeah.
assume,
Yeah.
right? And I apologize if it's not Japanese. Andy Lau, Tony Chihuahua, Liuing. No, is that Chinese?
It might be.
I'm so sorry. Oh my God. Anyway, it's a
Asian movie?
correct.
Gotcha.
There you go. Number 15, Snatch. From 2000. Get the fuck out of here. But still got the legs to carry you. I like dogs.
You like Dags, dude?
God, we have so many quotes from this movie.
So many freaking quotes.
It's amazing. 8.3 stars, grossed $30.33 million.
That's it?
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, that's while it was in the theaters.
Oh, okay.
I'm sure it grossed way more than that afterwards.
I would hope so. Such a great movie.
Of course, Jason Statham, Brad Pitt. I mean, it's just amazing. Vinnie Jones, Bullet Tooth Tony. Unscrupulous boxing promoters, violent bookmakers, and Russian gangster, incompetent amateur robbers, and supposedly Jewish jewelers fight to track down a priceless stolen diamond.
Like how it says supposedly Jewish.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
that's like the whole gimmick of the movie.
There's Benicio del Toro. Yeah,
Is that his name?
it's Benicio del Toro. Yeah,
The guy. Wait, the guy that's what's his name, from
The
New
guy-
York or from like who's
the
like
guy who walked in and he acted like the Jewish guy, and he went into the thing.
oh the guy the nine fingers, whatever his
Yes.
name is. Yeah. Okay, that's why.
That's
okay.
Benicio del Toro, who was in Usual Suspects. He's been in a bunch of stuff, but yeah.
Don't know the movie.
Great movie. If you guys haven't seen that, get your asses out there. Here you go. One that I'm just going to drink right now because I know you haven't seen this one or the next one or probably the next one.
I would just keep going.
1954, On the Waterfront, Marlon Brando, grossed $9.6 million. We'll keep going. Number 13, A Bronx Tale, great movie, super funny. 1993.
De Niro?
Yeah.
Wow.
A father becomes worried when a local gangster befriends his son in the Bronx in the 1960s. Yeah, it's got Chaz Palminteri in it and stuff. It's good. It's good. It's good.
It's good.
Number 12, High Noon from 1952. Moving on. It's Gary Cooper. Okay. Number 11, City of God from 2002. Never heard of this.
Likewise.
In the slums of Rio, two kids' paths diverge as one struggles to become a photographer and the other a kingpin. 8.6 stars, 748,000 votes. Only made $7.56 million. I've never heard of that before.
Yeah, same.
Alexandra Rodriguez, Leonardo Firmino, Matthias Nakta. Oh, that last name.
Not gonna say that last name.
Yeah, not gonna work here anymore. Number 10, Menace to Society. Loved it and its soundtrack. Damn it, was it good. 1993. Have you seen this?
I've seen. No, I have. Actually, I don't think I've seen.
I
The
didn't-
Society.
yeah,
I know of it though, because that's got what's his name in it.
That's not his name.
I would hope not. I don't remember what his
I
name.
kind of hope it is his name. What's your name? A young street hustler attempts to escape the rigors and temptations of the ghetto in a quest for a better life. 7.5 stars, $27.9 million.
Wow.
It's good.
I always felt like this movie was like the second to a movie because it's got the 2 in it. Every time I saw it, I was like, what's the first one?
Dude, the soundtrack is so good. Oh,
Yeah.
my God. It's so awesome. Number 9, American History X. Holy crap. If you guys know what a curb stomp is, it's probably because of this movie. 1998, Edward Norton, Edward Furlong. And Edward Furlong was in what movie?
I don't know
You
names.
son of a... Terminator 2. He was the kid.
Oh, wait, really?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, so he was in this.
So he was in the kid in this too?
It was the younger brother in this, yeah.
Oh, no shit. Oh, okay.
You've seen American History X.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, it's messed up.
Holy fuck, yeah.
A former neo-Nazi skinhead tries to prevent his younger brother from going down the same wrong path that he did. 8.5 stars, gross $6.72 million, which doesn't seem like a lot. However, 1,107,604 votes.
Yeah, that's a lot.
It's a great movie,
Was
man.
his little brother the guy from Four Brothers? You know what I'm talking about? The skinny kid or whatever that died? No?
Nope.
Looks kind of similar.
Nope. Edward Furlong was, he was in
Terminator 2.
T2 and in this one. That's pretty much all I remember him from, to be honest with you. Number 8, Mean Streets from 1973. Robert De Niro, moving on. And Harvey Keitel, which is amazing. Because I love Harvey Keitel. You've seen, you know who Harvey Keitel is? Have
I don't
you
know the
seen Pulp Fiction?
I've seen the first 30 or so minutes.
Do you know
of
who
Pulp
the
Fiction.
wolf is in Pulp Fiction?
No. I just remember that this is some gourmet shit and the whole Big Mac
Dude,
thing.
can we just literally take like a week off of work and everything and you're just going to watch every movie ever with me? Can we just do that?
Yeah.
Jesus. Number 7, Los Olvidados.
Olvidados.
Olvidados from 1950.
That's an old movie.
Yeah. Why is this number? Oh, whatever. Number 6, The Departed.
Sounds familiar. You just want to strangle me. I know. I'm sorry.
Yeah, of course it sounds familiar. It's freaking Jack Nicholson and freaking Leonardo DiCaprio.
What's it
And Matt Damon. Oh my God, we've talked about this movie numerous times.
No,
I'm not going to get into this with you right now.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not doing it. 2006, 8.5 stars, made $132.38 million.
That's a star-studded cast.
That's our highest right now on this. With a 1,303,505 votes. An undercover cop and a mole and the police attempt to identify each other while infiltrating an Irish gang in South Boston. Yeah, Jack Nicholson's like the gang boss.
He's the guy
He's the guy.
with the sweethearts.
He's the guy with the sweethearts. He's like, you like my little gang.
You're like my thing that we call our thing.
Yeah, it's our thing. Great movie. Mark Wahlberg's in here as well, too.
Oh, DJ Mikey Man.
Yeah. Hey, you guys want to come over and play? He's always so excited every time he talks. I figure Boston when he does it, too. So, number 5, Pulp Fiction.
Yeah.
Love it, and you've not seen it, have you?
It's some gourmet shit, man.
The first 30 minutes.
That's it.
That's what you've seen, yeah.
Does he look like a bitch? That's about all I remember. I'm sorry.
That's so disappointing.
I'm sorry.
8.9 stars. Of course, you guys know this one. The lives of 2 mob hitmen, a boxer, a gangster, and his wife, and a pair of diner bandits intertwine in 4 tales of violence and redemption. John Travolta, Uma Thurman, Samuel Jackson, Bruce Willis, and so many freaking more.
Wait, Bruce Willis is in this? Oh my God, I didn't know that.
It's like making my heart hurt, man. I'm getting like indigestion or something. Is this how it ends for me? Is this how it ends?
It's called angina.
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
I don't have a vagina. 2,010,965 votes for a total of grossing $107.93 million dollars.
That's a lot of change.
All right, so this is hilarious. The next 2, number 4, is Godfather Part 2. Number 3, The Godfather. You notice that Godfather 3 wasn't anywhere on here.
Is it that bad?
It sucked.
I heard it was not,
So bad.
not good.
So bad. So those collectively, we'll just put these guys together. They made almost $200 million. Of course, Marlon Brando, Al Pacino, Robert De Niro. You know what I'm saying? The big guys. Diane Keaton. Big. Francis Ford Coppola. You guys know. It's the Godfather. I'm going to give you an offer. You can't refuse.
That's pretty good.
That's what he says. Number 2, Once Upon a Time in America.
Nope.
I'm going to go ahead and drink. Okay, thank you. This is from Sergio Leone, 1984. Robert De Niro, James Woods, Elizabeth McGovern, Treat Williams, 8.3 stars. A former Prohibition-era Jewish gangster returns to the Lower East Side of Manhattan 35 years later, where he must once again confront the ghosts and regrets of his old life. $5.32 million. Have you not? Of course, not seen that. Yeah.
Nope. Never even heard of it.
Here's a funny thing. Neither have I.
Oh, okay. That's what
I've never seen that one. Yeah.
I was like,
I mean, I've heard of it, but
as soon
I've
as
never.
you said Robert De Niro, I was like, there's no way.
Yeah, I've never seen that one.
That's a long ass. It's a 3.5 hour movie.
And number fucking 1,
Jumanji.
it's Goodfellas.
That's what I said.
And you seriously have never seen it.
I've never seen the Goodfellas. No.
You can send all hate mail to the Midnight Train Podcast or Logan at the Midnight Train Podcast.
Yeah,
I can't believe that.
It's not
8.7 stars from 1990. Martin Scorsese directed. Robert De Niro, Ray Liotta, Joe Pesci, Lorraine Bracco. Oh my God! 1.137 million votes.
Wow.
Grossed $46.84 million. The story of Henry Hill and his life in the mob, covering his relationship with his wife Karen Hill and his mob partners Jimmy Conway and Tommy DeVito in the Italian-American crime syndicate. By the way, this is based off a book from the actual guy.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, it makes sense why they would consider it a biography.
Yeah, it's so good. Oh, I cannot believe you've never seen it. Breaks my heart. So those are the movies.
The movie.
Oh boy, this is definitely on the longer side of things.
You know, it would take us an entire week just to watch this list.
Correct.
Just this list.
No.
One movie is almost 4.5 hours long.
Which movie?
Once Upon a Time in America. It's 229 minutes long.
I didn't say all the movies on there, just the ones
the good ones.
Just the ones that you need to watch.
So just the good ones.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm not saying it's not good. I've never seen it, so I have no idea. Anyway, listen, we want to thank you guys for hanging out with us this week. Yeah, we talked about some crazy gangs, some of which maybe not so crazy. They did some dastardly stuff or whatever, but
One with a lot of lemons.
that last one, watch out for them. And make sure to stop over to our official website, themidnighttrainpodcast.com. And over there, guess what? You can get yourself some cool, super sweet merchandise, including the new Chilled t-shirt.
That fucking shirt is amazing.
It's pretty awesome. I'm pretty stoked about it. So get over there, support the show, get yourself some merchandise, because, we give, 20% to a great cause, which we'll talk about here in a second.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So listen, Dr. Squatch soap,
Oh, yeah.
it's pretty awesome.
It's fucking phenomenal.
It's delicious.
You eat it?
You don't? No, I don't eat it,
No?
but I use it.
Oh.
And it's fantastic. And if you want to get your soap, because I know a lot of you out there are doing it, and even though your name might be Chainsaw and you're having problems with it.
Because he's old.
Yeah, because you fart dust. And you know you do. Anyway, get on over to themidnighttrainpodcast.com, click on sponsors, and get yourself 20% off your first subscription. And again, we are working on getting some more benefits from Dr. Squatch, so just, be on the lookout for that.
Oh, shit.
But just get over there and use the promo code, get yourself some soap, because it is freaking amazing, and I do loves it so much. So listen, if you guys like what you have heard, and if you're still with us, even though we're like 2 hours deep today, woo! Just do us a favor. Sign up to become a Patreon producer. Become a pooper. All right? Just go over to the midnighttrainpodcast.com. Click on the Patreon button.
Okay.
Sign up for Patreon.
That's it?
It's like $5 a month. You get bonuses.
Okay.
And you get coupon codes.
Hell yeah.
For merchandise and stuff.
Love coupons.
And your money, a percentage of it, 20%, goes to a great cause.
Wait, you're saying that I can have fun, get cool shit, and I'm helping out a good cause?
That's what I'm saying, Logan.
Holy shit.
That is what I'm saying.
That's fucking amazing.
I know,
I don't
right?
know why I don't sign up for it now.
I know, right?
I know.
I know, right? So listen, do also too, get over to Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, Spotify, Apple Music, wherever you listen, wherever you can find us. Just find us.
We everywhere. We're in your wall.
And tell us that you just hate us or you love us. Either way, right?
Yeah. I mean, I can understand why you would hate me, but you?
Well, I don't know about all that. So listen, we obviously love music and want future generations of musicians to have accessibility and music education, so we've decided to give to a great cause, the Save the Music Foundation. So that's where we're going to be giving money to.
Yeah.
So their mission is to help students, schools, and communities reach their full potential through the power of making music. As one of the leading music foundations in the United States, they support, their partner communities in 3 ways: by donating musical instruments, which is awesome.
That's pretty cool.
And musical technology, so programs and stuff.
Right.
Providing support services for teachers, to get them out there, because teachers, they're amazing. And advocating for music education. So we're going to be donating 20% of our merchandise sales and our Patreon donations from both shows each month. All right?
Makes sense.
So support the show, get a ton of bonuses, and help a great cause.
Oh, show.
Now, listen, for more information or to donate personally, because you can do that.
Oh, nice.
Just go to savethemusic.org.
Oh, okay.
And tell them that we sent you.
Yeah.
All right? Speaking of which, it's been nice sending over our donations.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
It
been
well,
cool.
because freaking musical instruments are freaking expensive.
Yeah, but to me, it's more about if you get
helping the kids.
Yeah, it's helping the kids because some kids just don't have anything, and
no.
if music can save them like it saved me,
oh yeah,
I'm in.
Trust me, that's one of the main reasons why I'm still here today, man. Music.
That's how I feel.
So
we can't thank you enough for all the love and support you have given us, because you're amazing. Oh my God. And you guys, you really do keep it moving. You keep the train chewing along.
I mean, just look at today's episode. It's because of you, beautiful motherfucker.
I'm going to find out who the fuck it is. This is your fault. If you're still listening, this is your fucking fault.
And just imagine, this could have been more.
Yeah, it could have been way more. Seriously. Like, I'm talking 2 or 3 parts. It was nuts. Like, halfway through it, I was just like, we're not doing all this.
I saw your head when you were scrolling. I was like, oh, he's going to cut some shit out.
I was like, there's no fucking way we're doing all this. So, this is your fault. So, I hope you're happy with yourself.
And I hope you enjoyed the fucking show, because I did this for you, man.
So thank you guys so much for listening. And a very special thank you to our fearless executive producer, Patreon poopers. To Tomislav Sobota, Amanda Denz, Chris Lucas, Zachary Danielson, Joseph Aramo, Margaret Dempsey, Kelly Ryan, Nathan Diekman, Stacey Lukonen, Nicholas Cooper, Caitlin McKinney, Trent Scott, Spencer Dunlap, Jacob Cook, Maggie Brothers, Campbell. Fuck, I fucked it up. Gonna retract that, coming back, and Maggie Brothers, Miles Campbell, Brian Gunsman, Colin Cox, Pumpkin Escobar, Matt Doherty, Turner Cox, Sydney Sayer, Gina Madison, Janet Sherrill, Chad Flint, Chris McLeod, Justin Kowalczyk, Rob Webb from the Funbox Podcast, Christian McLeod. I had it.
So good.
God, it was so good. One of these days, to Christina Skelton and Jessica Bartolome, our girls from the Sister Skelton podcast. Make sure you're checking them out, as well as Rob over at the Fun Box. To Maria Gibbs, Chainsaw.
What the fuck?
Who apparently has an issue now with Dr. Squatch. You should get out there and fight him. I want to see him fight. Fist fight. The Jigsaw, Rick Resler, Courtney Batchelor, Katie Brabennick, and Bill Birch.
Oh, good for you. I'm going to keep doing it differently every time.
We got to work on that.
Oh.
So spread the word, and if you want your name to be mentioned on the show, and for us to be forever grateful, and, kind of probably make fun of it and fuck it up, because that's kind of what we do.
Yeah.
Listen, if there's one thing, and if you've made it this far, if there's one thing we are, it's real.
Oh, 100%.
There's no kind of like bullshit or fakeness or anything like that. I'm not going through and like editing a bunch of stuff out and stuff. I want you guys to feel like you're hanging out with
Hell
friends.
yeah. Especially when you hear us burp and stuff too, man.
Or my throat goes, oh. But I want you to feel like you're at home. You're with friends. You are welcomed here, and we welcome you. So if anyone ever talks shit about us or anyone has a negative thing about it, fuck them.
Yeah.
Because I really don't care.
Right.
We're going to do what we do, because this is where...
we're all sweethearts here in our thing.
Yeah, in our own thing.
In our own thing.
Our own
this
little
thing of ours.
Little sweetheart thing. Please don't kill us. Please.
Gotta preface that again.
Please don't kill us. I got a family.
We got a podcast to do.
Yeah. So no, but seriously though, like, we are always going to give you guys the most just us. That's who we are.
This is who we are.
Right. So thank you for listening, and stay safe out there, passengers. And as always,
choo choo, motherfucker!
Now go home and get your fucking shine box.